Hey guys. Hey Michael. Hey Royal. Sorry, I don't know why Hangouts. It was like stuck on like 17% when load. How are you guys tonight? That packet of papers out. Hey Adriel, Mr. Rocker, Mimi. Misha, Sweet Meadow. I had a packet of papers I wanted to read, but I can't find them. I just lost them. Elsie, hello. Elf, hello. How is everyone tonight? We'll talk about addiction and recovery, probably some NA. I don't know. Anybody here in Narcotics Anonymous? My dog just typed this to you. Hello, dog. Care Bear, I'm glad you're feeling better. Diane, long day. Just got done watching The Bachelor. Was it good? Welcome, Gordy. How are you? Who else is on tonight? Is there anybody else on? Diane, I did get rid of a couple. A lot of my mods I had because they were like, mod me so I could drop a link, and then I just never unmodded them. But I definitely had way too many. Hey, Hazel, how are you? Too much suspense till next week. Cliffhanger. I think Stephanie and Amber are going to come on panel. If anybody else is in recovery or even active addiction or a family member is in addiction, you're more than welcome on too. I totally screwed my life. Why? What happened? Everyone in recovery should be so proud. I have not had experience in addiction, but I have supported many friends. Life is not always easy. You're correct, Elsie. I have been in recovery for 16 months. It was 16 months on the 5th of this month. Yeah, 16 months. Multitasking, going from one live stream to another, supporting everybody. Trying to get chores done around my house, cleaning a lot. Well, thanks for stopping in, Hazel. Mitchell family, hello. No, I've never seen Nurse Jackie. Trisha has a witch on her channel. She thinks she has a... Yeah, I seen that. She's lost her marbles. Al-Anon over 20 plus years. Well, that's good. Same here, Misha. Same here. Oh, it's a pain till my room is done. What, Care Bear? Thank you, Hazel. Definitely not easy, but possible. Not sure where everyone's at. Hey, Happy Mandy. Yep. Same here with the Suboxone. Right, Misha? Yep. I've been watching it, and it's about a nurse who's going through addiction. Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry, Diane. Oh, good Lord. Yep, I'm weaning off Suboxone right now.
I told him I knew about the trial. I watched the news before I went. Kind of heard the whole story, but didn't hear too much.
Let's see if we can wait for Stephanie and some more people to get in here, and then we can. You never had Suboxone? I do live on my phone. It screws me up. Why? What's it do?
I remember it started with the prosecuting attorney coming up. This prosecutor goes first. This fire was an intentionally set fire fueled by liquid accelerant gas.
I was on any opiate I could get my hands on, but with the Suboxone, I've been clean from any other pain pills in 3 years. That's awesome, hippie. Good job. Subutex is what I'm on now. They are way cheaper. Hey, Hope. How are you?
She treated me like feels very, how to say it, feels very
5 years. You guys got some time under your belt. That's awesome. Do any of you guys go to NA or any recovery AA?
They played up this the issue between the daughter and the mom having some.
I'm from Tabs, and when I didn't have those, I was taking around 50 milligram trams. Oh my goodness. Yeah, nice to see you, Hope. Michael and Aaron, hello. Yeah, me too, Sweet Meadow. I don't do NA, just stay away from people, places, and things. Oh, that's a good thing. I've worked on mental health terms, specializing in addiction. Addiction can lead to different forms of dementia in later years also. Good to recover before too late. True. Yep, I was an addict for a long time. I need to, but I'm scared. I went once and the people there frightened me. Now, I have social anxiety. And our NA groups here were anywhere between 25 to probably 50 people. I went, but I never shared in front of them. I could read, like if we were reading something, I could help read or whatever. But as far as sharing thoughts off the top of my head, I never was able to. But still to sit and listen to other people's stories and to work the steps and all that stuff was very helpful. And you get a sponsor and all that stuff.
She contacted CPS, Child Protective Services, about the dad, not about Karen, but about the dad.
I can never answer any questions for you about Kratom. Please feel free to reach out to me on Twitter.
All of this sort of came to a head in the weeks leading up to this fire because the Bose.
Oh, crazy face over there is calling psychics on the phone, being an idiot. I have been on Suboxone for November, I think. Not this, but like last November. So a year and 2 months. and I started weaning down 2 months ago. The program that I'm in, they only let you be on it for a year. Well, if you need it longer than that, they'll let you go on it, but they start weaning you down after a year. And sometimes they'll take a year to wean you down or faster, depending on how you do. I go to counseling for depression, being around a lot of people. I do too, and hate being around a lot of people. It hits me harder in my 40s. I don't know just fine with being at home with the fam here. My son is 23, so I have no small kids, just for babies. They have a bunch of NA stuff on YouTube and meetings and stuff you can listen to online. Okay, Angel. My insurance covers it, so I don't know how much it is. See, I heard Subutex. Like when I was in active addiction, I would, if I couldn't find anything and I was not like looking for something, and if I had the choice between Suboxone or Subutex, I picked Subutex because I'd get high off of it. Suboxone, I don't. Same with methadone. I would use methadone to get high. But different things help different people. Right, Mandy, yep. Same here, Mimi. I'm a homebody.
Does she have flaws?
For sure.
We all have flaws, but it doesn't cause us to be murderers.
Did anyone see that CBD Lux pen she had today? Oh my gosh, probably not, Misha. Probably not anything like she made it out to be. It's like anything else, you stop getting an euphoria off of them after so long. I was on opiates. I hurt my back when I worked as a CNA at a nursing home. And okay, well, let me backtrack. When I was in my 20s and stuff, and I was in a crazy relationship, it was more like a drug. It was an abusive relationship, but it was more like a drug relationship. We did opiates and I mean everything, coke, but I was addicted to opiates. When I got out of that relationship and I moved in with my mom, I came off the opiates, and I was clean probably for 2 or 3 years until I hurt my back at work and started going to pain management, and it was all downhill from there. Probably for the first year of me being prescribed opiates, I took them as prescribed, and I was, doing what I was supposed to do. But they stop working, or you just you're an addict, so you want to do more and more and more and more. So I was on really high doses of medicine through pain management, and then I ended up getting called in for a pill count like 2 years down the road and failed the pill count, so I just got kicked out, and without any help. They don't help wean you down. They don't help you get into any treatment, nothing. They just see you later. So that's when I went to the streets and was buying Opanas and whatever I could get my hands on. But methadone, like, if we couldn't find anything and someone had methadone, I'd take the methadone because I'd get high off of it. I wasn't sick, and it got me high. And same with Subutex. If I could choose between Subutex and Suboxone when I was in active addiction, I would take Subutex because I'd get high off of it. Of course, open, yeah. And then after being on this, buying from the streets and, getting really bad, and I was on Xanax too. I was actually prescribed Xanax, so I was mixing them all. And I ended up getting really bad. And then, me not working, not having any money, Greg wasn't, really bringing in enough to support my habit for me. This older guy that we were friends with, he got a prescription and he didn't take them, so he would let me sell them for him, and that's how I made pills to do. I'd sell a couple and I'd make a couple, and I got a sale. Spent a couple days in jail and went into drug court. I just graduated drug court December 11th. I think it was the 11th, this past December. Initially, they dropped my sale, and I had to plead guilty to a felony possession with a year of drug court. If I finish drug court, I get a misdemeanor possession. So they dropped the felony down to a misdemeanor. So I completed drug court. I have sentencing in February, which I'll plead guilty to my misdemeanor. So yeah, that's what, woke me up and got me sober, which, it's shitty that it happened, but on the flip side, if it didn't happen, I probably would end up dead because I was bad. Yeah, you gotta have Subutex when you're pregnant. Right, Michelle? Hold on, guys. I gotta go back up in the chat a little bit. There's no physical evidence of any gasoline being spread other than within this room. I do vape, yes. It'll be 1 year since I had a cigarette, January 21st. It's my birthday. I got a vape for my birthday and never picked up a cigarette again. She's so full of shit. Then she started doing a meditation thing. I didn't watch it all because I was laughing too hard, but I did tell her she's a nutbag. She is a nutbag. Yeah, that's what I said, Michelle. Different things work for different people. I have nothing negative to say about methadone or Subutex, You can, Taylor. You have to DM me on Twitter and I will send you the link. I love you too, hippie. I have a family member who had a hard time, so the rest of us started meetings so the family member had a better chance of staying sober. That's awesome. That is awesome. It is Amanda_Marie34. You leaving, hippie? If so, have a good night. Thanks for stepping in. Okay. Sounds good. And I'm gonna pause this so I can catch back. Okay, Mandy, good. I'm glad you stopped in. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Somebody that has the ability to say the door was open for only 15 seconds because of a char pattern on this door, and it only opened by 3 inches. So based on that, this happened and this happened and this happened, and they tend to sit back and go, "Oh, I understand." And so every one of us. I didn't get it yet, Taylor. Oh wait, maybe I did. Oh yeah, I did. All right, there you go. Feel better just checking. It beats the alternative. I'm very lucky. I've never hit rock bottom, but had to get off pain management. I was on stronger meds. And my dad, who's disabled. Yeah, I was on a lot. I was on 5 Roxy 30s a day and 3 Oxycontin 20s a day. And I would go through them, had 2 weeks probably. And then I was on the street for the other 2 weeks, getting Opana 40s and really strong stuff. And then mixing it with Xanax, it was just bad.
Similar in some respects, but
Yeah, so if you have to, yes.
I don't know how I drunk her.
She was searching for fentanyl.
Huh?
Said you were searching for fentanyl.
What is that? You hiding out? Love you too, hon. It's good that you go to something Sweet Meadow. It does make it a lot easier to understand. Hello, Mr. Boot. Hey, beautiful Candace. How are you? I would have hit rock bottom, family intervention, me too. Never got in trouble, but that was pure luck, Amanda. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm 34, and I've never been in trouble in my life. It was the first time ever in trouble.
Lies.
And let me tell you, it's an eye opener and scary. And is it dark chocolate? They picked me up on a Friday evening. It was Mother's Day weekend, and they came here Friday evening to pick me up on my indictment. So I would have to spend the weekend in jail because I couldn't see the judge till Monday morning. So I was in jail Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I got out Monday. And I never want to see that place ever again. It was awful.
There's nobody else who could have been there at that time. Somebody had to have started the fire.
Definitely a wake-up call.
She was definitely a troubled enough person, so I felt she was guilty. They honestly could paint a picture. It really was a picture.
You were born a winner, Mr. Boot. Did you win last night? Sorry, I fell asleep on you guys. I was gonna end it after that round too, and I just couldn't even gonna make it to the end. I called a sale. Okay, Taylor. A friend that I have been friends with since probably middle school. She got into heroin really bad. And she was like kicked out of her house, and I'd let her stay here so she didn't have to sleep in her car. And we were just friends, and she set me up on a sale. I sold her pills, not heroin. I didn't fuck with heroin. But I couldn't believe it.
She wanted those because she was claiming she had a really bad toothache.
Yeah, told me she had a really bad toothache and needed something. Hope, actually, I didn't, because around the time that she set me up, I was actually trying to get sober. All right, back in, I think it was April 2015, I tried to go to detox myself. And this was before I got kicked out of pain management. I just had enough, so I tried to go to detox, and they wouldn't take me. I begged for like 2 hours, crying and begging and pleading, please just take me into detox, and they wouldn't. They sent me home with some stupid prescriptions, and, I said, fuck it, and I'm never going to get no help. And, well, anyway, right after that, I got called into pain management for a pill call, and I thought it was detox calling pain management to let them know that I was abusing the pills and, get me off of them. But way after the fact, like after I got picked up on my indictment and out of jail, I found out it was the same girl that sent me up on my sale that called pain management, and she called CPS. So right after I got kicked out of pain management, CPS had showed up at my house. So I was dealing with CPS, but I was still trying to beat the system and still use at the same time dealing with CPS. But not as much. Like, I was taking Suboxone here and there and just doing pills, like, occasionally, and Suboxone more than I was doing pills. And then CPS made me go into this, like, outpatient. I don't know what it was. It was, they didn't watch you pee or anything, so I was cheating that system too. But I was trying to get myself sober. I wasn't trying to be, this crazy addict. I had kids to raise and stuff like that. So when I got picked up for jail, I was already kind of weaned off, and I wasn't that bad, thank God. But then when I got out of jail, I really went full swaddle until I had to go into drug court. So September is when I got sober. I got out of jail. When I go to jail, May. I went in jail May and then quit using in September. I mean, I was glad I wasn't. And I got arrested with another girl, the same girl that wore a wire on me, wore a wire on this other girl. And we got picked up on the same day. What's your email, Taylor? I'll try to invite you through Hangouts. And she was on heroin, and she was really, really, really sick in jail. So I'm actually glad I wasn't. I mean, I feel like crap, but it wasn't bad. Thank God, because it was awful in there. I couldn't imagine being dope sick at the same time. Pill sick, whatever you want to call it. So, but this girl that set me up, that wore a wire on me, is the one that called pain management and CPS on me. And I found all this out after I got out of jail. And she was in jail when I went to jail. She was in jail on a probation violation. My best friend in jail. What are you doing here? Keep your head up. Blah, blah, blah. Talking to me and helping me out and keeping me sane. And she was the reason I was there, but I had no idea until I got out of jail. All right, Michael, good night.
Bodyguards.
Yes, Sweet Rondo, yep.
Muscle. Whatever you want to call them.
It lessened her charges, I guess. I don't know. Maybe she got a charge taken away. I have no idea. 3 people I know of that she snitched on. We all got picked up on the same day. And it ended up being a big news article and on the front page of the paper because heroin's a big deal around where I'm at, as it is a lot of places. And heroin dealers were getting picked up left and right, and it was a big story, like, good job, cops, you did your job. So when I got picked up with 2 heroin dealers that, this girl that snitched on me, she snitched on them too. So I sold 3, Roxy 30s, and the other 2 sold heroin. Huh?
You sold pain pills.
Right. So I got in the, I'm in the story with them all over the news. It was so embarrassing. But I did it, But if I would have got picked up on myself, I wouldn't have been on the front page of the paper or the news or none of that. Awesome, Princess. That's awesome. Good job.
I'd put you on the front page.
Welcome to Miami Beach. Where we meet at
Yeah, Greg was a big support, big help.
well-known and respected bodyguards in the business. Anton cut his chops protecting 50 Cent in his crime.
Thanks, Larry.
You're my front page news.
Mhm.
Gaining respect by getting
So you're
shot
my
in the
front
job
page news.
for 50. Anton's protecting some of the biggest names in music.
Taylor, DM me your email and I'll invite you through Hangouts.
Guardian protection.
I need your email though to invite you.
Looks at what it takes to go from beating people up every day to running one of the biggest bodyguard companies in the US.
BOTD.
On 2005, I left to start Guardian. Guardian is full
BOTDF is
events, we do nightclubs, do personal bodyguard work. Most well known for. My first client was Guardian. manager at the time, I
F
said, "Right,
is
so what's
love.
the screen door?" I was scared for a
22.
couple of years. That led to T-Pain. I was there for a couple of years. That's when Pain had to get 15 number ones in 1 year. The year of T-Pain. Lil Wayne, Timberland,
It comes. Is it Abercrombie Lover? It doesn't come up right. BOTD F is love. 22. Are you Abercrombie Lover? 2222. Good night, Candace. Thanks for stopping in.
So that was my first day on the job. It was the day that Wayne got out. His manager Cortez said, "I'd like to."
All right, Misha. Have a good night.
And I've been working for about 5 or 6 years now. So a mixture of me being in the clubs and me being on the road, I was able to get.
Well, let me try to get Taylor on, and then.
Austin Mahone, Alicia Keys, Pharrell, Ariana Grande, the Kardashians. But as I'm getting these clients, I'd work them first and show them this is how Gardy does it. And then I'd go to my pool of bouncers.
Oh, wow, Positive Bluebird. That's good you weren't successful. Yes, we do, Sweet Model, for sure.
We're probably the biggest company in the States as far as protecting the, musicians and entertainers. These guys.
You want any more?
Oh, Candace, you're such a sweetheart. It hurt my teeth.
So I would build my pool of bouncers. I'd create bodyguards at each one of them. Let's say, you get this big, you get this much.
I just love you. Everybody, please subscribe to Simply Beautiful on a Budget. She does crafts and she does get readies with me. She's a beautiful, sweet soul. She helped me get to my first 100 subscribers so I could live stream. Please sub to her. She's amazing. You guys will love her. I don't know if this is Taylor or not, and I don't want to. BOTDF. BOTDF is love 22. That's what I put. Does it matter if it's capitalized? BOTDF. Uncapitalized is love at yahoo.com. It doesn't come up, honey. It should come up your picture and your name. It doesn't come up though. Are you sure that's right?
Dealing with daily violence and drama eventually led to a bullet entering the flesh of a young Anton, extremely close range. In the hotel, it was us, Jay.
Same here, Candace.
So
she is wonderful.
I was in this hotel, so
everybody, please sub her up. My mom died at 56 from pills and alcohol. I stopped drinking that day. Doctors and Big Pharma are destroying lives, but it's all about the money for them. Absolutely, Lori. I'm so sorry for your loss. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Yes, that's me. But all right, I'll click on it and invite you, but it doesn't. Usually a picture will come up. BOTD F is love. We will try it. All right, I sent it.
Turn around, and I just remember him looking at me like this, and just shooting sideways. I wasn't trying to be a hero or nothing. It was just happening so fast that I just thought to myself, get that guy. Just get him. Because he's going to kill your crew. So while he's shooting, bang, bang, I'm still running after him. And then finally, boom, I get hit in the leg. Still didn't register. But we were all making fun of,
nothing but trouble there. Let's say all that mix. My gyno wouldn't prescribe for me, even though my Suboxone doctor was ready for me to be on them for about 3 to 5 days, but I guess all happens for a reason. I'm learning that my past addictions don't make who I am. You are a blessing with so much joy to offer. Don't let anyone steal your truth and your joy. Oh, thanks, princess. And yes, your past addictions, past actions, anything does not define who you are. You're 100% right. Yeah, the pain management actually that I was going to is in the news for just watch the most fucked up witch fuckery.
Let's flash back to the year 2010.
The Dr. Gosi, if you look up Dr. Gosi in Buffalo, New York, is the pain management I went to. He's in the news for like 255 counts of, I don't know, like overprescribing medications or something. I don't know, a bunch of charges. Thank you, Elf.
Everywhere the young star goes.
You want to come on, Amber? Is Carter in bed? Thank you, Lavender.
With this constant scrutiny and exposure, a high-quality bodyguard is imperative. We met up with Justin's director of security, Mikey, at the beginning of Beaver's Global Purpose Tour in Vancouver.
Is she still on doing that, Amber? She's a freaking nutball.
Justin safe, but ensure the numerous moving parts of the world tour. My name is Mikey Adana, and I've been working for Justin Bieber for 2
Okay.
years now. First time I needed security.
You're right there, Lori. Absolutely. It's all about the money. All about the money. Let's see what the just for today is.
I think we started realizing we needed security when thousands of people started showing up at radio stations. It was a little overwhelming. We kind of knew that we needed to step it up, and then we went to Australia.
We're just talking about addiction right now. I just told my story again.
TV show.
People are telling their stories.
Security, and they didn't believe us, and then the kids rioted the streets.
You're addicted to cookies. They just throw drugs at me, even though I never refill them. My pain will always be there. Just have to deal with the pain. I have a sick man with a teen daughter to take care of. We do recover. That's absolutely right.
Described as loyal, professional, humble, selfless is the best one. I think that's the most important attribute when it comes to this job. Someone who's selfless, who puts others above themselves at all times. They're making sacrifices every single day. And Mikey is he's a leader. And being
All right, so in NA, we have the Just for Today book. And every day, it's like the self-help book. And then, it's 365 days. Each day you read what the reading is for that day. Today's reading. Hey, Jessica, how are you? I was so jealous of you in that hot tub. Amber, yes, I haven't been going. I was going 4 to 5 times a week for a year. So I've kind of backed down a little bit. I haven't been going as much as I should. But yes, I still go. Was it funny? I don't know. I got snoring in the background. All right, but anyway, I'm going to read today's Just for Today reading. Right. We actually had a heat wave today. It was, 24 degrees? 26. And might die of heat stroke. Chaos.
It's hard really to get used to it. It's constantly changing. Life is constantly changing. Surroundings are constantly changing. And
Absolutely not sweating the small stuff. All right, today is the January 8th, and it's growing up. Our spiritual condition is the basis for a successful recovery that offers unlimited growth. When our members celebrate their recovery anniversaries, they often say they have grown up in NA. Well, then we think, what does that mean? We start to wonder if we're grown-ups yet. Oh, hold on. We check our lives, and yes, all the trappings of adulthood are there. The checkbook, the children, the job, the responsibilities. On the inside, though, we often feel like children. We're still confused by life much of the time. We don't always know how to act. We sometimes wonder whether we're really grown-ups at all, or whether we are children who have somehow been put into adult bodies and given adult responsibilities. Growth is not best measured by physical age or levels of responsibility. Our best measure of growth is our spiritual condition, the basis of our recovery. If we are still depending on people, places, and things to provide our inner satisfaction, like a child depending on its parents for everything, we do indeed have some growing to do. But if we stand secure on the foundation of our spiritual condition, considering its maintenance our most important responsibility, we can claim maturity. Upon that foundation, our opportunities for growth are limitless. Just for today, the measure of my maturity is the extent to which I take responsibility for the maintenance of my spiritual condition. Today, this will be my highest priority. So every day I read, the reading for the day, and it's a big help. When I went into NA or started my recovery, I used to be like, I went to church, not like all the time. When I was younger, I went to church all the time. But, as I got into like my teen years and stuff like that, I quit going. But I was still a believer. When you get into addiction, I know for myself, I lost all that. It was like, I had all these problems and God hated me and blah, 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 blah. And, why does he keep making all these bad things happen to me? So I gave up on all that. But going into NA is not a religious program, but it's a spiritual program. And, you need to find a higher power, whether it be your sponsor or, it can be God or whoever you want it to be. That was a big step, hard step for me to do. But I got past it, and
Yeah, I would say me and just another friend definitely developed a special relationship. And he's always been good. He's always been a friend. He's always been someone I can count on, and that's important as well. I think just because of the fact, how I get to see him every day and respect.
I'm moving tomorrow into a rather uncomfortable for me temp location.
As I respect.
Colder or warmer?
Yeah, great relationship. After a while, you end up building relationships with people.
I don't know what happened to Taylor. She must not be able to come on. Is she still in the chat? Hold on, guys.
To be able to maintain the client and friend relationship, knowing when to step in as a mentor, as a person.
Are you going into a colder temp or a hotter temp?
I think you want someone that cares about the
So anyone else that is same temp. I thought you said a rather uncomfortable temp for you. I'm confused. Temp location. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry. Don't laugh too hard. I got it now, Chaos. I'm an idiot.
James White Bulger, one of the most notorious American criminals of all time.
So anyways, I got most of my laughing out just a minute ago. I can only imagine how funny that was. Don't know how you got my name in red, but I had to change things before I did hit rock bottom. Yeah, it's glad that you changed them before you hit rock bottom, and everybody's rock bottom's different. Mine was definitely going to jail, 100%. But sometimes that's not people's rock bottoms. They still continue. They gotta be, homeless and, I don't know. I just know that you have to be ready for help. You can't force somebody to help. How are you doing, Jessica? Where did Taylor disappear to? She was going to come on panel and tell her story. Stephanie's gonna come on when she's done with the phone call, I think.
And that's something I want to spend a lot of time with. A clever, ambitious criminal. If you ask me,
It's nice to see that lots of people are, you know, getting sober. And I mean, even if you're in active addiction, I hope to, you know, give you some words of encouragement to get help. And you're not alone. Nobody, you know, there are people that don't judge. And I think there's becoming more people that don't judge than there used to be. Yes, Princess. When you first start going, they say 90 meetings in 90 days. That builds your foundation up. And then after that, it's good, you know, 2 to 3 times a week. Absolutely. Absolutely. My ex gave me an ultimatum and I felt forced into rehab. But I was really ready and it ended up working. That's awesome, Mimi. That's good. You're not even 21 yet?
When I was 18 years old, out of school, I started working in clubs.
You just have to be a positive support for her. You can't keep forcing her, or I don't know. You just have to support her through it. You can give her, you know, words of encouragement, or, you know, ask her if she would be willing to get into treatment. I've noticed the more you force or the more you nag, the more you do that kind of stuff, people tend to, you know, not listen, and just, you push them away that way. Looking my son was my fear, and my family was thinking I was worse off than I was, so it would have been worse. They wanted me to go to a 6-month rehab, and the detox said I didn't need that. So, yeah, I'm hoping they're changing, because you can't die from opiate withdrawal. You can detox yourself at home. Thank you, Sweet Meadow. Good night. And be okay. It sucks and it's hard and you're miserable, but so they save the beds for like benzo addicts or alcoholics, people that, you know, will die, or, you know, have seizures or whatever. So when I tried to go to detox, they refused me, and I begged and pleaded for 2 hours. You know, Greg was working on the road then, and I had 3 kids at home. There was no way I could detox and try to take care of my kids. It is the worst. I do not ever wish it on anybody to go through withdrawals from opiates. It's just awful. Hope, I say 5 days, and the 3rd day is probably the peak of it, and then, but you can do it. You can do it, and like Imodium helps. There's some things that, you know, do help. It's just, if you can lock yourself in your bedroom and, you know, be miserable for a couple days, you can do it. But there are things that help, like, you know, Imodium, Kratom, but those things are also, I guess, can be addictive. So you just got to be careful. I just bought a book my counselor suggested called Boundaries. It's a faith-based, but you don't have to buy into that part. I've heard it's really great. I haven't heard of that, but I'm sure it is. Hi, Steve-O. No, it's not too long, Positive Bluebird. Nope. It took a year here to taper off in the program I'm in. Are you talking about the one in Seattle? Because if you are, she's off Suboxone. You can't go into detox without having something in your system. Right, yeah, you have to be on withdrawal, but it's really hard. Around here anyways, it's hard to get into a detox, just from opiate withdrawals.
is Tyrone Cornell, married, 36 years old, father of one.
Yeah, Mandy, I was on benzos too. But you can do it. There's other things that aren't. It's not a benzo. I take hold on, I'll tell you what it's called, and it works really good. Hydroxyzine. I can't remember what the generic name for it is, or the regular name for it. I think it starts with a K. But hydroxyzine or whatever I just said is a good anxiety medicine. Gabapentin also helps me with my anxiety. But I guess that's a thing now that people are buying on the streets. No idea. Oh, okay. I didn't know Bluebird, but yeah, a couple months is not too long to wean down off Suboxones. Some people stay on it for years. 15 years on opiates and benzos. My withdrawals were torture. I had, never went to, I know, it's awful. I don't wish it on my worst enemy. Absolutely not. Boost bars, yep. I was on Boost bar before too. I don't know if it's the brand name or the generic name, Amber. Usually I say the other name underneath of it, but this doesn't. Hydroxyzine. They gave it to me when they went to take me into detox, and they gave me meds to take home. They gave me this. They gave me Imodium and something else. Hold on, I'll look it up. Hydroxyzine. I can't remember. I think it starts with a K. Might be wrong though. Visceral. That's the other name. That starts with a K. It's Visceral. It's good. Works for me. Yeah, man, you should try for sure. If you want off the Xanax. Xanax is not good for you. Like, I was abusing that bad. That and Klonopin, really bad. Yeah, it's a thing on the streets now, Mandy. I have to get my gabapentin counted now because I guess it's being abused and sold on the streets. You know, I get a little drowsy off of it. Like if I take my, dose at night before bed, which is good because I wasn't sleeping. I don't sleep good. It might not seem like that because I fall asleep on live stream all the time, but I am sleeping better now. I finally started an antidepressant this past month. I've only been on it about a month. I started Zoloft, and it's helping me sleep a lot at night. But the gabapentin also, yes, that makes you gain a lot of weight for sure. It's like Benadryl, but better. Visceral? I read what you said about the Rainbow Bright, and you're right, dear. Let's just follow my little bit grown. My gabapentin, I feel like I've gained 15 pounds. See, it doesn't make me hyper. It makes me go to sleep. I'm on 900 milligrams 3 times a day. And it doesn't make me feel like I said, it just makes me, a little drowsy. I don't think it doesn't make me hyper or give me energy. I wish. I missed that from the pain pills. Somebody made it on. Stephanie. Hey, girl.
How's everyone?
Yeah, Kim, you're about on the same as me. I'm on 900, but yeah, Mandy, it's a thing now. Like, I had no idea, but I guess if you take a whole bunch of it, it gets you fucked up. But
oh, I didn't know they tested for it.
Really, Gary? I'm on a real low dose of Zoloft. This is my first ever antidepressant. Like, I've always been, no. I didn't want them. I didn't want to be defeated by my depression. I thought I could beat it by myself. Why are you up? Upstairs to bed. Mommy. Good night. Yeah.
My job was done.
Well, it's bedtime. It's 11:30. Get upstairs. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Your feedback is terrible, Amanda. Maybe it's my fault. Can you guys hear me? I don't think you guys can hear me. Hello?
All right, I'm back.
Okay, you guys can't hear me.
Huh?
Chaos, don't tell on me.
You just sound like far away.
Hey,
We can hear you.
hippie.
They
Hey,
call
Aaron.
rottenies. Yeah, I guess like it makes you feel drunk or something. I don't know. I just take what I'm supposed to take. I don't need to be getting addicted to anything else or fucked up off nothing.
I wonder if I have something turned down.
Oh.
Chaos, she's gonna be like, no. I don't know why it's low, because like whenever I'm on panel, I'm sitting even closer to my computer and I can hear it fine. For some reason, it doesn't work when I'm on panel with you. Stupid computer.
Is it my headphones or something? Do I sound okay, you guys? So I can put my
You have
headphones on.
terrible feedback for me.
All right, I'll put headphones on. That Taylor Lund was trying to come on, but then she disappeared. I don't know where she went. I'm putting my headphones on.
Turn up your mic. Oh God. Okay, let me try.
Sentencing 3 men to 30 years in jail and 1 man to life in prison.
Is that better?
Much.
Okay. I can hear you better too. I gained 18 pounds in 2 months on gabapentin. Yes, I gained a lot of weight. I probably gained 70 pounds since I've been off of work. And probably 40 of that on gabapentin. A voice like an angel.
I can't see chat for a minute, guys.
Okay.
I'm trying to turn on my mic.
Who's in a tunnel, me or Steph? Yeah, see, Gary, I was like that for a long time, and I just kept feeling if I took meds for, plus I had always been on medicine, like if it wasn't for pain or just being an addict or whatever, I was always taking something. So I didn't want an antidepressant medicine. And for 2, I felt like if I took an antidepressant medicine, it was, I was getting defeated by my depression, which I didn't want. I thought I could beat it by myself or, do coping mechanisms at home. But yeah, it just got really, really, really bad. I was getting thoughts that I've never had before. It was an awful, awful, awful place I was in. So I started live streaming right about then too. And just, to talk to people and find out, whatever. And it helped a lot. And getting, some feedback on antidepressants, and decided to go for it. And I did. And I'm thankful I did.
Can you guys hear me better now? What noise? Is it you hear television?
Yeah.
View TV, that's Amanda, not me.
I can hear you. I don't know if they can.
Hi, Janie.
Hey, Janie. Effexor. Yeah, I heard that was like I don't know. I am going to be asked to move up on, they started me on the lowest dose of Zoloft, so I'm going to have to go up a little bit. See? Yep, they make you blow up like a balloon, right?
It'll make you dizzy, groggy, prone to naps for a couple weeks. Just keep on it. It'll get better. Oh, Gary, that's awesome to hear.
Mm-hmm. Now, since I started taking Zoloft, and I take it in the morning, but I sleep good at night now. I never did. I was on Effexor and Xanax at the same time, and that's when my son and I nearly killed each other because he was on psych meds. He's only 12. Oh, wow. So anyways.
Like the sleeping thing is like even, I was already considering it anyways, but now that it's even helping you sleep, I really might do it.
Right. And it's weird to me because I take it in the morning. You think I'd be sleepy when I took it, but.
Right.
Not until later. which is good because, like, I would sleep 2 hours and wake up, 2 hours and wake up, or not sleep at all. I was up all night. And when I first started live streaming, you guys seen, I would live stream all night. Fine. Really, Jamie? I didn't know that.
announced that he was going to unban the ANC, release Mr. Mandela unconditionally and all of that. I was in the security branch.
Yeah, Xanax just makes me not remember anything. There's like a good 3-4 months that I don't remember not one thing. Far, far away, right? Wow, Gary, that's not good. I'm glad you got. Oh, you got off your meds, right? Have you thought about getting on something else? Zoloft made me worse. See, this is the first med I've tried, so I don't know. Like,
I was very moody. I cried all the time. Oh, it depends on the person. Like everybody reacts differently to.
right. I know I definitely need to go up in milligrams. I know that much. But it seems to be, okay. It's not making me mean or do anything that I wasn't doing before. Really, KS?
Xanax has caused me to forget many days. Oh, me too, Aunt Mimi.
Yeah.
Me too. That's why I couldn't take it now, even if I needed it. I would have to, if it came down to that I really ever had to have it for some reason, like Mitchell would have to be like, here's one,
Right.
take it. Like I can't control myself.
I crushed him
I
and sniffed
forget
him.
that I even took it. They say it's wasted on though.
Huh?
Like it's not very what do you call that?
I didn't hear what you said.
They say like whenever you snort those, that it's not, your body doesn't absorb it very much.
Oh, it did. And I would think that every time I sniffed a line of pain medicine, I'd have to sniff a line of Xanax. So I was doing like a line of Opana 40 and Xanax, a 1 whole Xanax, a 1 milligram Xanax every time I do a line of anything. Oh my, I don't remember like I said, 3 months of my life.
Because it gives you the nods, right?
Mhm.
Like even when you aren't getting the nods anymore, you can still do that.
Right. Yep, like I said, Greg would find me passed out at the table downstairs in the basement with piles of pills, still getting ready to, like I was crushing up, ready to sniff, and just passed out. Like I'm surprised I'm alive, like seriously, because I'd be alone down in the basement smoking cigarettes, and the kids would be in bed, or Greg would be in bed or not here, and then come home to me.
You definitely feel Xanax when you snort it. I've done it before, but I don't remember. I just remember that people would tell me to take them by mouth.
Right.
But like
them
you
all the time.
never feel like you're high. You never feel like you're high. You never feel like you're high enough. Like it's so dangerous. That's why addiction is so fucking dangerous. Like never enough.
Exactly. Yeah. I would be so high I couldn't get high anymore, but still think I need to sniff some more. And I was addicted to the sniffing too.
Amanda, have you ever took a sleep study?
No, I haven't, Gary.
The only way that I can learn to trust him as my colleague.
Don't tell me absolutely for the team, but they don't understand how essential it is. Just changing every time can be a danger to me. You have to do whatever works for you, Jamie.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't worry about what anybody else says. Coming off Xanax is not nice. No, I've never been like dependent physically on Xanax, but anybody that's ever went through Xanax withdrawal says it is horrible.
Yeah, you can have seizures. Yeah. Oh wow, Mimi.
Wow.
Same here, Amanda. Yeah. I'm shocked. I don't think I never OD'd where I needed like Narcan or need to go to the hospital or anything, but I'm sure I've overdid it many a time.
Oh, me too. And right, like you think nothing's wrong with you. You're just sitting there like, no,
Mhm.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that I'm fucking nodding off in my food.
Right. That's right,
Okay, that
Mandy.
isn't enough, and
Exactly.
one is too many. Yep.
Yep.
But we understood
That is so true. Oh my God.
That's true.
that for the medication,
Tell you that, Nene.
Wow, I did like downers, so my doctor has no problem prescribing me Xanny meds and other. Yeah, like everybody is different, you know. Like for me, I didn't even like the way they made me feel, but they make me forget. So then I would just take more and more and more. Like I would take 10 Xanaxes and not even literally be like out in society and not even be able to remember what I was doing. You
Yep.
know, like you fucking rob a gas station or some shit, not even know what happened.
Yep.
I'm just tired, right? We're always just tired. We're always just falling asleep. Fucking, you
My
say
mommy's.
that you know?
Yeah. My mom would get so mad at me. Like, she came over here to bring Bryce's birthday gift or something like that. And I was on the couch and I was looking down at my phone. So when you look down, it looks like your eyes are closed. And she's like, Amanda, you're nodding
Right.
out. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm looking at my phone. She's like, I can see your eyes rolling into the back of your head. I was like, I'm just tired.
But you totally did think you were.
Yeah. And that's
Coming
why I
down
like
horrible.
Xanax,
Oh my
because
God.
I like that nodding out. That's what I went for.
Yep.
I mean, even,
That's
when
what
you
we
do
go for,
Opanas and
right?
stuff like that, you get hyper and your stuff, and like you do nod out from them, but nothing like Xanax, and that's what I like.
Nope.
Yep.
The come down from Coke is awful.
Yeah.
That's why you keep doing, right? Like you, and then you start coming down, so you start trying to find more because it sucks so bad.
Yep.
Hey, Lacey.
I've done coke and smoked crack and stuff like that before. It was never like my thing, but I did it when it was around. But I never liked it. I always
Right, me
hated
too.
myself for doing it after because I felt like shit.
Yep. Why? Like why am I even doing this? You know, I've done it before.
Yep.
Off of
It was
stepping
never
meth.
fun.
Yeah. I've done that too before, Lacey, and I was definitely praying to God. Like if I ever can sleep or eat again, like I'll never fucking do this again. Ever. It was
I've never done acid and I've never done meth. It's probably a good thing I never did meth. I have such an addictive personality, bad. And if the events didn't happen in my life the way it did, I would have been a full-blown heroin addict if it didn't. Because all my friends, quote unquote, my
Your drug
circle,
buddies.
pills were getting scarce. They were hard to find, and if you could find them, they were crazily expensive. Everybody was doing heroin. It was cheaper and it was easier to find. So all my friends started going to heroin because me and the other friend that I had that went to pain management, we both got kicked off right about the same time. So, and then I was interviewed with like CPS, and then I got picked up on my charge, and they were all on heroin, and that's right where I would have been. I've done heroin before, and you know what I mean? Like, and I've, shot up and stuff like that before. That wasn't my thing though, like every day, all day, but I have done it for sure.
I've done it for sure. That was my thing. And the process of the Opana, that's what got me. That's what I fucking loved so much. But then I felt so dirty doing it that I think eventually that's why I quit, because I started doing that.
Right. Yeah, if Greg would have ever found out that I was using needles or whatever, like, he would have been out the door.
What happened to your ice cream? I think I don't understand people, but I know there are people that get addicted to the uppers, but that feeling of not being able to sleep and not being able to eat and, it's awful. I didn't want it anymore. I have done heroin, but I've never had good heroin. So
in Opana 40s, might as well be heroin. Like, it's so good.
They're better than any heroin that I've ever tried.
Right, and the heroin now, like the fentanyl and stuff, you're safer shooting up Opanas than you are heroin. But don't ever do it. It's the devil. You'll never, you don't want to stop. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. Don't do it. Don't do drugs, kids. But yeah, heroin around here is just, it's crazy. It's like straight fentanyl now, without even heroin in it. But Opana 40s are like one of the strongest pain meds you can get, like prescribed, I believe. Like they give it to like stage 4 cancer patients. And I don't know if fentanyl and morphine, I know Opanas are stronger than morphine, but I don't know about fentanyl. Like I used to eat fentanyl patches too.
Yeah,
So.
personally, to me, fentanyl is stronger because, like, even when I had the highest tolerance I had, if I did like a 50 fentanyl patch, I was 10 sheets to the wind, and I couldn't get like that anymore.
Yeah, I think it's stronger too. Like it's dangerous.
It's a different form of opiate too. Black tar heroin is worse. See, Gary, we don't have that here. Luckily, you know what I mean. I'm sure it is around here,
right?
But
I've never seen it here.
Thank God. Because what I was buying, right? Say that you pay $20. Okay, like a 20 milligram Opana is $40. A 40 milligram Opana is $80.
Yeah.
I'm here in the Neurotic patent. Gabapentin is becoming addictive. Not even a narcotic. I take it, but I can do without it. Yeah, I've never taken it, but I have heard that, Jen.
Yeah, sure. Mandy, that's what I heard. I got to get mine counted. And when I first started getting it, they weren't counting it. And then all of a sudden, they're like, you have to start bringing in your gabapentin to get counted. People are selling it and abusing it. I'm like, what? And then I started hearing that it's being bought on the street, and
I was using heroin for 10 years. That totally could have been me. Like, I spent lots and lots of money. You know, like, I would have totally taken a cheaper way out if I could.
Yeah.
I was on fentanyl and Roxys and Xanax. I used to put 3 100 microgram patches on at a time.
Wow. I used to eat them. Yeah. Not 100 at a time. I'd cut them in 4s, and one square would last me probably like a day.
Opana is different than Dilaudid.
Yeah. And I did Dilaudid too, and you only get high on that by shooting it up.
Yeah. And it doesn't last long though.
But yeah, I would eat the patches, and holy frick.
That's the most that I've ever been like this is the end. It was because I chewed up 100 microgram patch and took Klonopin. It was horrible.
Yeah. I've never ate a whole one at a time, but oh my goodness, I can't imagine. But Opana's like I could do
Narcan, to be honest.
I could do 5, 6, 40 Opanas a day easy with Xanax.
I could barely breathe. I literally could feel myself barely being able to breathe. Yeah. It depressed the fuck out of my respiration.
Right. I bet. They're just gonna schedule it, Bluebird. I don't think they're gonna take it away, but it'll be like a
narcotic.
Yeah.
Kind of like they did with Tramadol, Ultram, like it used to not be narcotic, and now it is. My best friend for over 35 years passed away buying pills on the street. She just wouldn't. I can't help. We all try. It's so sad, Diane. I wish there was a cure for it, because it's a real disease. A lot of people don't understand it because they haven't ever dealt with it.
See, Ashley, the girl that I knew that got Opanas, she got crazy amounts of pills. So she got like so many Roxy 30s, and then she got the crushable orange 40 Opanas, and then she got the instant release like Opana 10s or 20s. But she didn't like the Opanas, so she did the Roxys, and then she let me like sell the Opanas for her, and that's how I made them. But she would ask specifically for the crushable orange, because she said the plastic ones made her sick. So she always had the crushable ones, and it was bad news.
Yeah. And people know which pharmacies to go to and whatnot.
And you just have to ask for that brand. Like even with the Roxys, I think like the 20s or something like that, they started making them plastic. And if you asked for a certain brand, I can't remember the brand now, but they were crushable only. So.
I've heard of that too, Mandy, but
yeah, me too.
I've heard it makes you really fucking sick.
I heard it makes like your insides like freezing cold. Yeah, and an addict will find any way to shoot up anything or sniff anything. That's they try to make.
It's the process, right? Like,
Yeah,
you're addicted to the whole process. It's not just the drug.
right. And I was addicted to the sniffing, and I was addicted to the finding, like searching for drugs and finding them and buying them and doing them, crushing them up, sniffing them, or even shooting them. The only reason why I don't think I was a steady needle user, one, because Greg would kill me. Two, it took too long to get it ready to do it. I just wanted to crush it up and sniff it ASAP.
Yeah.
But a lot of people get addicted to that, the crushing up, putting in a spoon, cooking it, and all that,
I did.
and the needles.
I did. I love that.
So I would just send I need it now. Like, I couldn't wait. Now, if I was already high and stuff like that, then yeah. But I couldn't do it full time, which I'm glad. Cause, right, Mimi, even after you stopped, were you still wanting to snort stuff? Like, I felt like sniffing whatever I could, but I didn't. I did Tylenol one time, and it was horrible.
Right.
Yeah. So then I was like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm not addicted to snorting no more. But I still was. Obviously, I still thought about it, and yeah, that's the hard part. And mental addiction is like always waking up in the morning and taking something. Like when I get off the Suboxone, I'm gonna be worried about that part of it because that's my thing. When I wake up in the morning, that's what I take. And before that is when I woke up in the morning, I do a pill.
It's hard. 100% it's hard. You'll be able to do it. It is hard though. Like I did miss that. I every morning got up and took my Suboxone. So yeah,
Right.
you'll be okay though. It won't last long.
I'm ready to be off it all. It's been so long. I'm always having to take something. My liver's probably shot. How many do you take? I'm on 3/4 of one strip a day. Like I just weaned down a quarter 2 months ago. I was on just one strip a day, and then I went down a quarter. So, not much. Friend of mine and Greg's came over yesterday, and Greg was helping him with his van, and he gets Suboxone. He gets prescribed 3 a day. And I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, I knew somebody that did that. It's certain doctors are different. Like, how addicts like their fix a few times a day.
Yeah.
So what they do is they give them one in the morning. It's like this girl took an 8 milligram in the morning, 8 milligram in the afternoon, and 2 milligrams at night.
Right.
And it just gave her the fix of. It's really just beating her addiction, to be
yeah.
honest.
Right.
Yeah, it's really just beating her addiction.
I couldn't imagine taking 3 a day.
But some doctors, and if they say once you go over like 12 milligrams, your body doesn't even.
Right.
Kind of just wasting it after that.
Yeah, he says he doesn't even take the 3 a day. Like he gets rid of them or whatever.
She didn't either.
You're on 8. That's a lot of Subutex.
Yeah, but I think she takes it for pain too, though. I think that makes a difference.
Yeah, it helps with pain for sure. Like that's another reason why I'm like.
Yes, it does.
Worried about getting off completely.
I wasn't giving anything of value. Yeah, it helps so much, Aussie girl. Like a lot of people frown upon Suboxone, methadone, whatever, but if you take it correctly and use it the way it's supposed to be used, it helps. Like it saves my fucking life, 100%.
Mine too.
I'm only on one strip now.
That's good.
Yeah, see, it's for pain.
Yeah.
Some people, the girl that I was talking about, it was not for pain. Like her doctor legit just gave it to her for the fix.
Yeah, the same with that guy that was here yesterday. It's Greg snoring. Sorry, guys.
And she didn't take it either. She sold hers. And probably still does. Like she never took Suboxone a day in her life because she made enough off of it to supply her habit. Are you still on it, Steph? No, I have been off for I think 6 months now.
That's awesome.
I was weaning down. Right, I wasn't on. It's not Suboxone what I was on. It's the same active ingredient, but it's just a different form. You know how there's different forms of it, and mine was the Subzol is the name of it. Thought you were just Yentas. No idea you were addicts. What's a Yenta? I don't know what that means. Yeah. So anyways, they weaned me down from the
I'm gonna go to the
highest
bathroom.
dose.
I'll be right back.
Okay. The highest dose of that is, I think, 8.6, and then I was on 5 point whatever, and then the next step would have been 2 point something. But I just got tired of going to the doctor because I hate fucking going to the doctor. So I weaned myself off. Steph, I wish they'd have given it to me, but it's really hard to get here. You practically have to be on the street or, oh my, see, that's so stupid. I hate that. Hey, Bone Queen, there shouldn't be such a fucking stigma about it, but right, addicts do take it, but not to get high. They take it so they're not sick, right? Like whenever I was addicted, I would take it as last resort because, you know, it helps with your dope sickness. But I didn't like taking it because you can't get high for like a couple of days afterwards, you know? So I don't know why there is such a fucking stigma behind it. It's stupid. Suboxone's what I'm talking about, Bone Queen. But methadone's the same way. I don't know as much about that because I've never taken it. I think I've taken it once, but not like the right way to get off. It tastes bad, but it works. Yeah. I've definitely heard people say that it, you know, works for them too. It's a maintenance medication. So Amber, is it different than Suboxone?
What?
I don't know about it. Methadone.
Oh. I think
I
methadone's
know
like,
people take it for pain as well.
yeah. Like I said earlier, that when I was out on the streets looking for stuff, if somebody had methadone, I'd buy it and they can get high off of it.
Jen, it makes you puke. It did me that way too, but I still.
They still use it for I think you get on methadone more coming off like heroin. But it is really different than Suboxone. It's
Methadone keeps you from getting the high if you use like Suboxone does. Okay. Because I know, like, whenever I was using, right, and I would, as a last resort, take Suboxone, it would be a good 72 hours before I could feel anything again. And I hated it. Suboxone, you can't get high on after the first or second use. Yeah.
Right. And you get high.
The only difference that I see is that before, like whenever I was still taking Suboxone, was that it did help with the energy and depression a little bit, I think. No, not puke. Fell asleep. Duck out. Got you. Okay.
Yeah. And methadone's really hard to get off of, I heard. Like, it's really, I don't know. If I had the choice of Suboxone or methadone, I would choose Suboxone. Like I said, I would use methadone to get high.
Methadone sucks so bad. Yeah, I have heard that it's horrible withdrawals.
It has naloxone in it, Jen.
On Suboxone, I know I do. I did not.
It's kind of like Narcan, though. It keeps you from getting high. Like I couldn't go use a pill right now and get high off of it. Like it blocks those receptors, which is kind of like Narcan.
Oh, absolutely not. No, I've taken Suboxone and the next day shot up a 40 and didn't feel it. I might as well take Tylenol. Yeah. My $80 right out the window.
And if you're on pills and you do Suboxone too soon, you go into precipitated withdrawal, which is 100 times worse than regular withdrawal. And I've done that before, and it's horrible.
I was turned down Oxy from the hospital. I will never take any of that stuff ever again. It's got Narcan in it. Yeah, Suboxone does.
Right.
Her husband.
It's called naloxone, though. It's right.
Naloxone.
Narcan has naloxone in it. It's not. Is it all naloxone?
It's the same thing. It's generic.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I thought naloxone was like in Narcan, like it was something else. I didn't know it was all naloxone. Never mind.
I think more people should be able to use Narcan. They're starting to train cops and stuff because see what happens is that
I took a Narcan class. I have Narcan in my bag.
I think people should have it. But, it's frowned upon too, right? Because they're saying that you're making excuses for junkies, pretty much. But no. a person's life.
There was the thing going around in the news that they were going to do like the 3-strike law. Like you could have Narcan 3 different times, and then like the 4th time you're fucked. And we were all, griping about it. And like the group that I'm in my town, like that's fucked up. Like, okay. And then I said, how are they going to keep track? They have like a time card and be like, oh, Susie down the road had it. This is her 4th time, so we're not going to go to that call. But now they changed it in my town that if you get Narcan, you automatically have to go to the hospital. And this is how they're going to keep track of who's at Narcan, who, and how many times. So I think it's a shitty thing. Like, I don't think you should have, I don't know. I know one girl, she got out of jail. She overdosed and went to the hospital, or got Narcan, went to the hospital, got out, used again, and overdosed and passed away. She was like 23 and she had twin girls, and it was sad. I think that if you get Narcan, that you should have to stay like 72 hours in the hospital or something like that. Because people are just getting released and then they go use, and they use a lot to overcome the Narcan, and then they're overdosing and dying.
Right. Okay, that's a good question, Robin. There's a big difference in being addicted and dependent. Like, okay, say if you're not an addict, because being an addict is a disease, right? Like, if you're not an addict, your brain is different than mine and Amanda. So you can, be in pain and be prescribed pain medication, take it just fine. You'll be physically dependent on it. You will go through withdrawal if your body gets dependent on it. It doesn't make you an addict. There's a complete difference in that. Like, we were born with our brains different than other people.
And Bon Quing, the answer to that is no. It's just that you're an addict and you don't mean to overdose. You just, no, you don't want to die.
No. See, as an addict, you want to go to the places that have the best shit when people are overdosing, right? Because then what happens is you get a tolerance and you get a tolerance and you get a tolerance.
You need that strong stuff.
Yeah, then you want to go to where it's an illness, right? You want to go to where you can actually get high, right? Because when you're an addict, you don't think straight. You're not thinking about long-term anything. You're literally thinking about that minute right then. So when you overdose, you're not asking to die. Like, that's not the point. You know what I mean? So that's like saying that someone, am I still here? Oh, Amanda muted. Okay. People don't want to be addicts. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to explain. I just can't feel bad for them. I would get mad, scared the first time I watch my use. No, unless you've been there, it's hard to understand. Like, you don't think about your actions and what your actions are doing to others and what they're doing to yourself long term.
You're not in the right state of mind. Like,
yeah, you just, I don't know how to.
You do anything to get that high so you're not sick. Whether it's rob your mom or kill your brother, you're going to, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to be sick.
And now, right, I'm not an addict anymore. I mean, I'll always be an addict. I'm not an active addict. Right. And I wouldn't do those things that I did back then. Did I deserve to die?
No. You're absolutely right.
Okay, Bum Queen, that means you're not an addict. That means you were not born an addict. There's a difference. No one wants to be an addict. No one wakes up and chooses that.
Right. You're selfish. You don't think anybody cares or that you're hurting anybody. You're just all about yourself.
You're born that way.
Yep. And yes, it is a choice to take that drug, but it was your choice also to drink that first beer, or your choice also to sniff that first line of Coke or whatever. The difference is my brain wants more and more and more and more and more. Yours doesn't.
Yeah. But it's not always a choice, right? What if they get a car accident? A lot of addicts get a car accident or have surgery even, and they get prescribed one bottle of Perks. If you're an addict, you're fucked from that point on.
You're true. But it still is a choice to take that pill. Which what people will say.
Yes.
But the difference is like your brain.
Right, Janie. Like, you know what happened? For me, anyways, like I never, how many days did I tell myself before I,
Louis, if
like,
you're not going to be nice, you're going to go.
okay, anyways, I said so many days I can quit. I'll stop when I want. I'll stop when I want. I'll stop when I want until I knew that I couldn't stop. You know, like it's not like that you're becoming addicted until what are you spanking? My cigarettes. I was spanking my cigarettes. Yes, okay, you're in timeout, Louis. So you need to be nice. Yep. You thought you had it under control. Yes, exactly, Janie. Like every day until I was like, hello, you don't have the flu again, bitch. You are sick because you're addicted, you know? And then like every day I would say, oh, I'm going to have this many pills for this amount of time. And it's going to, last me such and such amount of time, whatever. And it never did. I know, chaos. I quit and started back again. That's the third time this week.
What?
But I started back some fucking smoking this week. Smoking a pack of cigarettes. But somebody told me about this spray for nicotine, and I'm going to try that.
Spray?
Yeah, it's nicotine spray.
Huh. Like my cigarette smoking, I think I have it under control. I can quit when I want, but when I try to quit, I realize I don't have it under control. That's exactly us. Yep. Exactly.
And that's my main problem now, right? Like I gave up everything else, but it's the cigarette smoke. The cigarettes are like kicking my fucking ass, man.
Mimi, I have that spondylitis or whatever, however you pronounce it.
Taking more and more.
Degenerative disc disease.
Exactly. You don't sign up for it.
Right. You can't just have one when you're an addict. Like you can't just go to the bar and have a drink. Or you can't just have a pill for the night.
I mean, I know people that are in pain and take pain medicine every day and they're not addicts.
Right.
They'll never be an addict.
Right. They're dependent on it, but they're not an addict. Sorry if that snoring's bugging you guys. I tried to get him to go upstairs, but he won't.
I think you must have like knocked him out of his rhythm. He's not snoring as loud now.
I told him he turned on his side.
Wasn't nothing for me to go through 90 Lortabs in 3 days. Yep.
Right. Yep, I went through 150 Roxy 30s and 90 Oxycontin 20s in 2 weeks, easy, if not less.
And you always say that you're going to make them last longer. Like, I'll make them last longer next time.
Yeah, and I kept saying, next month when I go to pain management, I'm going to tell them I want to start weaning down, and I'd get there and chicken out every time. Well, I'll do it next month. That's why I tried to go to detox myself, because I knew I wasn't strong enough to tell pain management I was ready to wean down, but detox wouldn't take me, and it was just all downhill from there. Then I didn't think I had any way out.
Because like they said, we don't have an addict's brain. Exactly, Dawn. Like I know plenty of people. Addiction is cunning and baffling.
That was right.
Yes.
Yep. That's another NA thing, yep. Absolutely.
And I do think it is hard for people. Like, right? Like, here's the thing. Addicts are the decisions that we make, the things that we think is not normal, right? So if you've never been an addict, if I wasn't, it would be hard for me to understand the way that I think. Like, I don't know. Our brains are just not the same. Osteoarthritis, fibromyalgia, or kidney disease sucks. Oh yeah, I bet. Positive Bluebird. I would honestly love to know how someone can have pain meds, benzos, etc., and not abuse them. My mind can't perceive having extra. Right, exactly, Aussie girl, 100%. But there are people that do that. I mean, I know people that won't even get extra pain medicine because they don't want to, like get the tolerance because they actually need the pain medicine and they don't abuse it ever at all. Me? No, I can't understand that. I can't. I'll never be able to, I don't think. Like even if something happened right now and I was in horrible pain, I can't take it the same way somebody that's not an addict does. What's your thought on people who are offered help but don't take it. It's hard because here's the thing, right? Like everybody wants to help you because you need help, right? But what happens is, unless you're ready, you're not going to change. It just like all you can think when they're talking to you, right? All you're thinking about is your next fucking fix. It's sad and it's hard to wrap your mind around. I know it is, Bone Queen. Like I get it. It makes no damn sense, right? Logically, it makes no fucking sense.
And if an addict asks for help, get them help right that second, because
Yes.
in 10 minutes they'll change their mind.
Yes. But don't give them money. I'll tell
No.
you that. Don't give them fucking money because they're not using it on what the fuck they're saying they're using it on. You know, you're really just hurting them if you give them money. Buy them food.
You have to love from a distance.
Yeah, if you are going to help them, maybe buy them food. Other than that, don't do gas money. Don't do gas. Don't give them a means. Don't let them use your car. Don't help them use.
Sorry for punching.
Louie, you were being rude. Addiction recovery is an individual journey. Absolutely, Amber. Yes. On them so long that I would have withdrawals after 6 to 8 hours. Yeah.
Good job, JoJo.
That's awesome, JoJo. It's so hard to, like, unless you've been there. And look, before I was ever an addict, right, I was the person. I was the very fucking person acting like I was better than ever becoming an addict. I was better than ever doing any of that. I would never take a pill. I would never do this, never do that, right? People for it, 100%. Like maybe that's my karma for it. I don't know, but I didn't sympathize. I was like, it's your own choice. I thought the way it's hard to understand until you're there. So hard. I've never been to a meeting, Lacey. Never. I'm going to start going though. I need to, because here's the thing.
That's good, Lady Lynn. Awesome.
Is I'm always going to be an addict, and I'm always going to have an addict's brain. And I need the tools to, because right now I have my life set up where I don't have to worry about any outside influences and triggers and stuff like that. I try to keep that far away from me, but there's going to be a day that's not going to be the case. No, but she is, and I'm going to kick her butt. Right.
That's
Amber.
right. She's going to go.
And like I am addicted still. Like I can't quit smoking cigarettes. You know what I mean? And I take VCs every fucking day. Like I need tools to learn how to live better. I don't do meetings either. It seems to make it worse. Well, the reason why I didn't in the beginning, and I'm not saying that it's a good idea, but I didn't because I wanted to distance myself from any other addict. I didn't want to be able to have contact to get anything because I knew that if I did, I was going to. It goes for a pinched nerve. Yeah, there's a difference, Bone Queen. 100% difference. MK, it's harder. It's harder for me right now. I quit for a month, right? A while back. When I first started vaping, I quit for a month, and it was fine. It wasn't even that hard, but
Princess, you should come on.
I didn't. I started back, and now it's kicking my ass. Dear, I think you set your mind, you say to yourself every day that you're not an addict. You will be able to think of something different in more positive light, if that makes sense. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, for sure. It's very gentle with stream virgins.
I'd love to hear your story, Princess. Let me know. You're more than welcome.
Absolutely. But the thing I don't think is I can give them up now. I don't think I can give them up now. Or do you think you may be addicted to them and just haven't? I'm not addicted to sleeping pills. Or maybe you are an addict and you just haven't like thought about it in that way yet. Not saying that you are, but it's always a possibility, you know? Anyone else have any suggestions for bad fibro flares besides Tylenol, ibuprofen, Nexium, or whatever that longer last one all over the counter meant?
If you,
If it is excruciating, I'll take a Lortab. I'll take a Lortab, but
they usually say if you think you're an addict, you are an addict.
I didn't think I was an addict and I was an addict.
Right, but
Yeah, I
the
think I
first
am
step
when it
is
comes.
to admitting it. But if
Yeah,
you think you're an addict, you are.
my boyfriend's addicted to Benadryl. Yeah, I've known people that are addicted to Benadryl, for sure. You don't, I mean, you can get addicted to anything.
Okay, princess, definitely. Next time for sure.
If you're doing it because you want girls,
My sweetheart, I have to go to bed now. I'm going to finish my video collage for my other channel. Good night, Positive Bluebird. Laura, I've been on everything over the past 10 years. Unfortunately, narcotics are the only thing that worked for me. He's an idiot. I have heard people that are addicted to Benadryl, though. I have. I know it dehydrates you very bad, though. He needs to watch for that. That's not true. An addict is an addict until the day you die. Your addiction can say switch areas on you. It's behavior driven. Yeah, Kitty, 100%. Because here's the thing, right? Like, after I stopped using, I was bored as fuck, right? That was my whole life, chasing my next high. So I was like, what the fuck? So I got into makeup, and that's how I've gotten so into makeup. Like, I switched my addiction. To be honest, I put all of my focus on that. Still an addiction. I've heard that chaos. Don't know how to get it without leaving my damn house, though. Don't know if it's legal here. Oh, CBD? Addicted to Valiums till I got the perks. Oh, I think if I got pregnant, I would stop. Just be careful. Please be careful. And if you have any questions, maybe go to a meeting and see how it makes you feel, you know? I don't think it could ever hurt to go to a meeting. Good night, JoJo.
Night, Jojo.
Benadryl helps me sleep. Without it, I can't. Yeah, I take it for the little blue ones. Sometimes at night, I take it.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly.
I abused Clonopin too. Lots of girl.
It's the psychological part of the addiction. You just change to a new one. Some people use exercise, coffee, cigs, shopping, anything that stimulates the senses. Yes, Jenny,
Yeah.
absolutely.
accepted why he became the future. Not only did he find out that his best friend and mentor had been in the FBI.
My best advice to you, Bone Queen, is if you already think it's a problem, then maybe possibly just pay attention to it. And like I said, go to a meeting. And I don't know, just pay attention. It can only get worse. If you are addicted, if you have an addiction, it'll only get worse if you don't do something about it. Right? Like the end is death. There's no cure for it. If you don't intervene, death is the only other options, right? That boredom feeling gets me wishing I could take something. I never know how to explain that feeling other than bored. Yeah, it's an addict thing, Aunt Mimi. It is, totally. And we are bored, right? Because what we do, we entertain ourselves all day with taking something, feeling that happy feeling. You know, you take all that away and you're lost. Anything can be, Janie. Anything can be harmful if you're in a jail, institute, and death. True, very true, Amber. One of the two.
Aaron, exactly. That was me, 100%.
My love and thanks to you, Amanda. Love and safety for files and info. Good night. Hope with peace. Hello, Mr. Boot. Okay, yeah,
Why
for
did
sure.
Janie
Right
get
now, I
deleted?
had what I prescribed once. I start taking more, I might look into a meeting. Awesome, Bone Queen. And if you're on Twitter, like anytime
Angel,
I'm
why
there,
did you delete
reach out to
Janie?
me. Here's my Twitter. Anything I can do to help. Amber's probably a better one to help with it. But
I
can
think that
always
was an
get-
accident, Janie. Sorry. Angel put out Janie.
Angels may not even be paying attention.
Sorry, Janie. You'll be back in 5 minutes.
Because I'd totally done that before.
Uh-huh.
I put
Me too.
Chrissy in timeout one time because I was like walking with my phone in my hand.
Yep.
Okay, will do. Thank you, ladies. No problem. Anytime.
Oh, Janie's right there. Did you delete that message? It said your message was deleted by Angel. So I thought you got timed out.
You can delete the message without doing anything else.
Oh.
So I had no expectations. I was prepared to go back and shit about whatever time I had left. You know?
Amanda, Stephanie Brown. What's up?
No, you're not in timeout.
Am I in timeout? No, I can see you, Janie. I think she just accidentally deleted your comment. You can do that and it doesn't do anything else. That's one of the options.
I always time out or block. I didn't know that was one. No, you're
No,
not.
Janie. No. It was an, and I don't
It was an
even think Angel
accident.
was in here. I think it was an accident. Well, I mean, I know it was an accident.
Aaron, I'm not. No.
And that goes for anybody that ever wants to reach out to me, Amanda, Amber, anyone. No, it was an accident. Yeah.
I've told my story on here before and never got anything from it. But positive.
My doctor died and I couldn't get my meds in time. About drama, I never take sides. I never talk about anyone. That's a good stance, Mr. Boot.
Thank you, Aussie girl. I love you too. You're so sweet.
Yeah, anybody that's been on meds for a long time will have what do you call that? Withdrawal, right? But the addiction part is the mental part of it. It's not like you freak yourself. You as an addict, you get, I don't know. It's different. Remember my password for Twitter. Well, anybody that ever wants to hit me up, anyone who hates on recovery is an idiot. Yeah, there's nothing bad that can come out of recovery, you know? Haters are going to try anything for any reason, just ignore their dumbasses. And I'm not as much help as Amber would be, but hopefully soon I will be because I'm going to start going to meetings and learn more about recovery.
I told my story a couple times on here. Like, me and Stephanie's definitely talked about addiction plenty of times, and I've never got any negative. The only time I ever got anything, and it was stupid, was when Trisha doxed my, like, criminal record or whatever, my mugshot and shit. A couple people made a troll account with my mugshot, but it went away. Like, but no, I never get hate for, you know. And if people hate on you for recovery and addiction, then they're just sick in the head. So just ignore them. You don't have to worry about it, though.
I don't care what anybody says about me.
Right,
It is,
me neither.
yeah, I'm not embarrassed by it. You know, that's what makes me who I am today.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, I know, Amber, I am. I am going to. I promise you that, Amber. Personally. And I don't think that sounds weird, Mr. Boot. I think you could be addicted to anything, to be honest.
I keep trying to get him to go up to bed or quit snoring, and he won't. He has a really bad, like, infected tooth in the emergency room tonight because he can't get into the dentist until, like, the 24th. So
Right.
They gave him an antibiotic and then a shot in the butt and wouldn't let him leave because his blood pressure was, like, 200 over something really high. So they gave him blood pressure medicine, and it finally worked after, like, 2 hours. He got to come home. He went right to sleep as soon as he got here.
Yes, definitely DM Amber for sure, because she is really, really knowledgeable.
Yeah. And I'm always here, too, for anybody that needs to talk about anything.
His blood pressure was so high because he was in so much pain.
Yeah, it was really high, though. 200 over, like, 168 or something like that.
Recently? Make him keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
He's not going to.
I don't think he's been to a regular doctor since we've been together. He's been to the emergency room a couple times, but
Mitchell's the same way.
Doctor.
I've heard that before.
He got this little kit from Walmart, and it comes with like clove oil, and then it was like a temporary filling kit, but it had clove oil in it. But it was just hurting him really, really bad today. And I couldn't believe that he can't get in for an emergency visit until the 24th. It's insane to me.
Yeah, that's crazy. I got so lucky that day when mine started hurting like that day super bad, and I called and they're like, "Can you come at 2:30?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I can come at 2:30."
Right?
Like, I will be there at 2.
Yeah, tooth pain is not no fun.
Thank you, Diane.
What's my Twitter or Stephanie's Twitter? My Twitter is
Copy yourself.
Amanda Marie 34, and just request to follow me, and I'll follow you back because I don't know if you can DM me unless.
Me too. Anybody that, me too.
But you can still,
Because-
yeah, you can DM me, but I have to accept it. So it's open. Just DM me whenever.
True. Oh, I'm going to type mine in too. It takes me so long to type mine in. It's so embarrassing.
I'm always here though. I don't.
Me too. And it's easier, right, to talk to somebody that's been there because, like me, for instance, I didn't know anybody but addicts, active addicts. You know, I had nobody that I could talk to about it. I would have loved to be able to, especially act like right whenever I was, you know, starting Suboxone, and that would have been great. But I would love to be that for anybody.
You only have to have 2 people to have a meeting. Oh, on YouTube, there are online meetings.
Make one, Kay.
We've listened to a few speakers, like at a meeting, they would play the speaker that was online. But yeah, I think that would be something that cool that we could do if YouTube would let it. Is that what you're asking, Amber?
Not sweating the small stuff. I'm not proud of my actions, right? But I wouldn't change anything because I am who I am. I'm proud of the person I am today, and I am who I am because of what I've been through.
Amber, why weren't they allowed if we had people on panel and had like some sort of a meeting, like went over steps and stuff?
You only have to have 2 people to have a meeting. I would totally do that. Yeah, definitely DM me, Kay.
I'm down for that. You can do it on Amber's channel and this channel, whatever, or wherever. Are you talking like an official? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. But I wouldn't see why we can't have like. How many people can you have on panel?
You should be able to have up to 10, right? Because it's a hangout.
Right. So yeah, we could do like a meeting a couple times a week. Why would you have to get approved though? It doesn't make sense to me. If we just got on and talked about steps and stuff.
The key when going to meetings is don't judge. Look for similarities and not the
That's
differences.
absolutely
That
right.
is great. Yeah, that is great advice, Kitty. Great advice.
Like if we did it a couple times a week, like if I did it once on my channel and Amber did it once on her channel, we each had 10 people on panel each time and had like some sort of like a generic meeting, but still went over the steps and all that stuff. I wouldn't see why you would have to get approved for it. We're not like collecting money or doing any of that other stuff.
Maybe because it is the steps, like, is that trademarked? No, right? Because you can have a meeting.
Right, yeah, it would just have to be like a generic
Sessions,
meeting.
of course, but to have an official one.
Right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think we should try it out.
I would totally
At
be
least
down
give
for that.
Stephanie a taste of what a meeting's about, you know, Amber?
Amanda, she couldn't find you. Did you type it in right? Mia. Ooh.
Amanda _ Marie 34.
So I focused on one shooter. It was after 7 rounds, I was able to.
That's Sterling's driving me nuts.
As soon as I noticed that threat stopped, the second shooting stopped. The shot stopped. They ceased.
Taylor. I don't know what happened to Taylor. She was gonna come on and then she disappeared.
I'm in today.
Am I still
Who
on?
won? Did Alabama win? Amanda said, do you girls train or exercise? It helps me a lot. I don't, Mr. Boot, but I want to start, like, I want to just get healthier all around.
So right now the steroids, a lot of
I think that would help me sleep at night too, right?
Yes.
You ladies take maintenance medications as well. She does, I don't. I did, but I weaned myself off of them.
Oh, no, it's Amanda_Marie 34.
I exercise this pizza in my mouth. True. Go Dogs. Who won? She said, I was here looking for Amanda Love.
But to represent NA.
The main thing is
Yeah, I
on
think
autonomy. The 12 steps focus on being anonymous. Well, that's good. That's a good thing for me.
yeah.
My bubby says Bama won.
Dawn, I'm on Suboxone, which helps with pain, and I'm on gabapentin, which helps with pain.
Hey, Christy. Oh, there's apps too? Really?
Mm-hmm. The self-help app is the Just for Today book. That's what I read earlier. Every day there's a new reading. They help.
Alabama won. Well, too. My mom wouldn't go to a meeting alone, so I offered to go with her. When it came time to say your name, she just looked at me, wanting me to say I'm an alcoholic. So I said it. My mom did not. Sad.
Yes, Christy.
See, that's why
Yes.
I want to I want to go to an open meeting first so I can take Mitchell, because I'm like a weirdo and don't like to go places by myself. The steps don't focus on autonomy. The principles do, though.
I couldn't go to my first meeting alone. Like, I had to find a friend that was in meetings, and she took me with her.
Yeah, I'm just going to make Mitchell go, even though he's never, like, been addicted to anything, not even cigarettes, not even anything. But he'll go with me, for sure.
That's cool. It always helps to have somebody.
Lacey said she sent you a request,
I'm
and it's
looking
still
right
pending.
now. What is she? I found Bond Clean.
But I hate the way it makes me feel.
I don't see you, Lace. Unless your name is something else. Are you Sugar Booger?
I used to go to Al-Anon meetings when my ex was in AA. What's an Al-Anon meeting?
It's for family. Like your mom would go to it. It's for family affected by addiction. Like my mom would go for support.
Oh, okay, that's awesome. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. That's the addict in me, right? Making excuses every 5 minutes. But I promise at the point you're at now, you would be fine going into a meeting. Yeah. I don't even feel like that. I don't know, like I was just scared that I didn't trust myself not to find somebody to hook up with to get something from, Now I don't feel that way at all.
Now, before I started NA, I was always like, what the hell is the point of NA? Who wants to go sit in a room full of addicts? Wouldn't that make you just fiend for more drugs or hook up with somebody to get drugs from? But it's really, you leave your addiction outside the door, you go in, and then, and they always tell you in NA, like, your addiction's waiting for you out in that parking lot. Like, it's different. Like, I don't know. I guess it depends on where you are.
Here's my Twitter.
In your recovery, because I never thought about it when I went there. It wasn't anything like I thought it was.
Yeah, but you know how we are. Like,
right.
You're always going to make something worse in your head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially
I was the same way until I got there. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Even withdrawal, though, right? Like, I'm not saying withdrawal is a piece of cake, but when you're an addict, you fucking make it the biggest mountain that you could never overcome.
Right. Lacey, what is your Twitter? Because I don't see you on the requests. Oh, you sent me a message. Never mind. No, never mind. I found you.
It's hard to see those messages sometimes, the request messages. Mm-hmm. Like, I never pay attention to them sometimes. They're like there for.
Sent me a follow request.
First few steps are always the hardest, and it gets easier. Whatever you look for in NA, you'll find. If you're looking for recovery, that's what you'll find.
The fourth step was the hardest for me. The fourth step is like getting rid of your resentments and stuff like that, forgiving people. That was a hard step for me. The first step is definitely.
Yeah, that just. Mm.
What?
That is hard.
It is hard.
Thinking about forgiving that certain person that
Mhm.
put me in the position I'm in. Yeah, the same for you, right?
Yep. It's definitely a hard one.
I love my resentments. Like when somebody tries to literally ruin your life.
Yep.
Hard. That's definitely hard.
And a gratitude list helps too. Like even every day, if you write down a gratitude list, it's helpful. Like, you know, what you're thankful for, where you're at in life, you know, blah, blah, blah. Gratitude is a big part of recovery. It's Greg. I'm sorry. I've been trying to get him to go upstairs, but he won't.
Yes, that is so true, Janie.
Mhm.
So fucking true. I'm sure he doesn't even give two shits about me, whether I'm alive or dead or hate him or not hate him, you know? Gotta get my charger.
Once you let it go and you forgive, you're not forgiving that person for their actions. You're forgiving them to just relieve yourself of that resentment, the hate, you feel better. Yes, Amber, yep. The gratitude list, absolutely.
I also think that would all help me with some family personal relationships too that I should be restoring, to be honest.
And it's just like a big weight lifted off your shoulders. It's a hard step though. It is. It takes time, and it's, you know, you can have a big list, a little list, whatever. You just write down everything that and it takes some time. I heard though, if you take like rocks and if you write down your resentments on rocks or whatever, and you toss them into a river or even a piece of paper and burn that piece of paper, like it helps get rid of those resentments and those, you know, issues. I don't know. It's Amanda _ Marie 34. Amanda _ Marie 34.
Chaos just linked it.
There. Thank you, Chaos. Like tossing your problems away. Not your problems, but your. It seems to help people. I haven't done it, but I've heard that it helps.
Yeah, Janie, you're so right. It's like drinking poison or like trying to hurt them, but really you're just hurting yourself.
Yes, Erin, and you're so right. And they're so welcoming at a meeting. They all hug you, and you just feel.
Once I go to a meeting, you realize everyone.
You feel welcome.
And everyone has different story. I heard things happen, and you know what? That is so true too. Because like I relate to people on YouTube for that same reason, right? Like so, I would relate to them. Writing letters you won't send helps. Mm-hmm. Burn them afterwards. Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. Yep, the one girl that I went to meetings with, she did the rock thing where she'd write them on, like whatever on a rock and toss them into the river, or, and then the other one did the burn in the paper, and it helps them a lot. She was through a lot though. She went through a lot of trauma, her childhood growing up and stuff, and she, you know, you have to let go of those resentments. Like they hold you down. And that was hard for me. That was really hard for me.
That's my Twitter, Lacey. You know, like this stuff is good for anyone, right? Like it's a good advice for anybody to deal with life and situations and make them feel better. I approved you, MK. And followed you back.
Oh my God, the snoring is driving me nuts. All right, MK, I got you. Mr. Boot, I got you. I don't know who Sugar Booger is. Must not be nobody here.
Chaos, me too. Has the same common themes in life, just not the same problem. Very true, Jane. That's what I'm saying. Like these things that you all are saying could help
Hmm.
a lot of different
And
problems.
when people share it, NA, like when they share their stories or whatever, and it's crazy to you relate so much. Like their story is definitely different, but you relate to so much of it, and it's helpful. I never shared my personal story. My anxiety wouldn't let me. I guess I don't know. I probably should
Yeah.
have, but being on here telling my story, and talking to others helps a lot. But I loved hearing everybody's story, and it was just I don't know.
Right, Kitty.
It's helpful.
Yes. So true. I think it can help anybody, right? I really do.
Yeah, you can apply the 12 steps to a lot of things in life. Definitely.
Hey, Observation 101.
Hey, how are
I
you?
keep paying off all my student loans. At least I will know plots of
Lacey,
what I
I
want.
got you.
Sent one step. Also, mine is saying pending, Amanda. Probably you have to, Amanda, if you haven't refreshed your page on Twitter,
Yeah.
it won't show her yet.
I followed her though, but you didn't.
Oh, well, then that means you already clicked off, so it should
Yeah,
show.
I'm following you, Lacey.
Night, Laura. Talk to you tomorrow, sweetie.
I don't see you in my request though.
Take account of me and send herself bad things, and then runs to my in-laws saying it's me. She's not right in the head. Yeah, Bone Queen. That sounds like it's something hard to deal with,
Oh, I found you. You're way down here. Duh. All right, I found you.
Thank
Hon.
you, Lacey. For instance, meetings are a common thing in life for support. I went to Weight Watchers, 130 pounds because of meetings. Yeah, very true. That is very true, right? Because the support helps in anything.
All right.
What are we discussing? Recovery and addiction. Observation 101.
Also, always you have to change your surroundings and people you're around so you won't be triggered or tempted until you're stronger. Yeah, one of the
Yes.
things in recovery they tell you gotta change your people, places, and things.
That's what I did. I did that on my own because I knew myself. Like I knew if I deleted every phone number from my phone, blocked all of them, anybody that I had any way to contact and get something. And on like Facebook, had no interaction anymore. They weren't my friends, right?
Right.
I've been with my hubby 12 years, and this girl has been in the family for 2 years, and she got my in-laws to hate me. I'm sorry, Bone Queen. That sucks. I can't go over to the house. Okay, but here's the thing, though, right? You know who you are, right? In like the truth always prevails. So eventually, hopefully, they'll figure that out. If they don't, it's their loss, not yours, right? I saw you wrote JK too. I can't believe that little prick. I know, Lacey.
So gross.
He's so
So
mean.
gross.
So fucking mean.
Did you see?
Just followed you, I think. Okay, let me check and see.
Did you see Peter's video though? He made a video.
I haven't watched Peter's yet. I seen he made one, but I hadn't had a chance to watch it.
He
Got
ain't
you back,
going
Kelly.
nowhere, and I'm glad. Like he's staying strong. John's just disgusting.
No, that's totally a thing. Observation 101. I did one of my final projects on sex addiction. Absolutely, it's totally a thing. Could be addicted to anything. Hey, every night their eyes will open. Yes, exactly, Bone Queen. Exactly. And I think it will. Because right now they might believe her or whatever, but eventually they'll see how she really is. I honestly don't even think it's my hubby's brother's kid. They look nothing alike. LOL. That's funny.
I see you always group.
What's an OA?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means. You are not horrible. Your decisions have been horrible. Yeah, that does not make you a horrible person. That's a misconception. Don't.
Yes, Aaron, get back to those meetings for sure.
You broke your husband's heart. Yeah. So, and I did too. Not for the same reason, but we all addicts probably disappoint their loved ones, you know. But you're not horrible. You're probably hurting more than anything. Exactly, Kitty. Oh, it's so refreshing to see people that show
Get it.
addicts. Yeah, that show addicts support, you know, because so many times we're treated like.
And a lot of addicts are scared to get help because they're afraid to be judged and, you know, like they feel like they're scum of the earth. You do so much rotten things that you just think the world hates you and you don't want to reach out for help.
I didn't use protection.
But
Well,
please don't think that way.
you made a mistake. We've all made mistakes, right? It doesn't make you a horrible person. Hey, AJ.
Hey, AJ. That's good, Bob.
1.5 years to realize 3 of my friends were hypocrites. Trusted them, but when I discovered the truth, it was over. Cut the bridges. It took time, but in the end, the dark truth prevails. Yes. Hearts with no judgment. Exactly, Kitty. It's hard though, right? Because there's such a stigma surrounding it. And it is a hard thing to understand if you have never been through it. At one point, you guys, I'm telling you, I was that person that was like, oh, they can just get better. They're doing it to themselves. I was that person, me. Just weak, terrible, selfish people. Yes, that's what I thought. Janie, 100%. What you just said, that's what I thought. It's not you. It's really the addiction. It is. That's not the person that I was. The decisions that I made and the things that I thought about and did and values. It takes time to build trust back on both sides. Yes. Weight Watchers meeting. I quit going to meetings for NA once I got a few years in, but I know I could always find a meeting of NA if I had bad ideas in my head. Yes, Aaron.
I'm judging you too, Chaos.
Oh. That's
right,
like
Janie.
rating a diabetic. Yes.
You're absolutely right.
Yep. But there's no like, there's no anybody getting the word out there about it though, right? Like, I don't know. I think it's just Big Farm keeping everything shut down and shut up about, and it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Chaos, you don't have judgment in you.
It's all about the money.
Did you watch the documentary about the Belgium girl? No, I did not yet, Mr. But I'm going to for sure though. Because I stayed up late talking last night, and today I've been busy all day.
Absolutely, Dawn. Yep. You're absolutely right. Addiction is a horrible
Exactly,
thing.
Dawn.
We have to change the conversation at our level and hope it grows.
Yes, absolutely, Janie.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Who's really behind in the chat? We are?
I see the same thing you see. The last thing is they are really behind in chat.
But see, my parents don't understand addiction because they never went to the meetings offered for family. Yeah, those Al-Anon meetings really help. Even regular.
I think that's awesome, right? Because like I said before, if you're not been through it, you don't understand. I think those meetings are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to understand that it's actually a disease and thing, you know. The person we become, God won't throw you what you can't handle. Very true.
I sat next to this girl in a meeting and talked about sex for drugs. I started scooting away from her, and on my way home, I thought about my boyfriend paying my rent each month. Right?
Yep.
AJ. That's amazing. Hey, Beck. You can't give up on him, and you can
Hey, Beck.
you can enable by loving to, like, you have to love from a distance. You have to not give them money, you have to be there to, you know what I mean? Like, still love them, but what can you do? And you might have to let them be homeless or starve for the night for them to wake up and realize, oh yeah, I don't have a free ride anymore. I need help. The worst
Yep.
thing you can do is by giving them a place to stay or giving them money or giving them whatever, because then they won't change. They need to hit that rock bottom.
It's not a way to cope for something missing in your life, but if you are missing something in your life and you are an addict, then it's like the chicken before the egg thing. You know what I mean? Like, for us, if we are like emotionally distressed or something happens or trauma or something, we're going to
That's awesome, AJ.
deal with it differently than other people would. Correct? If you remember, I stood in here in front of a judge. Yep. Sure did.
And Louie, to answer your question, I had a all right childhood. I grew up with a stepdad, and my mom and a stepdad, and a brother that he was a half brother. He was my stepdad's child, so there was favoritism. But I had everything I needed growing up. My stepdad was an alcoholic, but not. I don't know. My dad was in and out of my life. I seen him maybe once a year, if that. But I wasn't like abused growing up, or I didn't have any crazy like sexual abuse or trauma or nothing like that. But growing up with an alcoholic stepfather was difficult. But
what's a normal childhood?
Right. I don't think it led to my addiction at all.
No, you said the answer in what you just said. Like, your dad was an alcoholic. It was in your genes.
Yeah. Well, he was my stepdad.
We're born like that. Oh, your stepdad. Okay. Well,
but there's addicts all in my family. My mom's side.
Yeah, it's genetic, right?
Yeah, alcoholism runs in my mom's side of the family. Same with like they're just addicts, period. But I didn't have any. And I don't, like Stephanie said, what's a normal childhood? Like, I don't think there's a normal, nothing's normal. But
well, and you'll be alive to hate me. Yeah, AJ, he didn't hate you. He just hated the fact that what was happening, Right. I definitely said things to Mitchell that I never meant in a million years,
Yeah, he definitely did not hate you.
If you can come away from here with a little more understanding of addiction, then I think Stephanie and Amanda are doing a good thing. Always others are on here to help too. Yes.
Right. He hated his addiction, and he hated that he was going to have to beat it. He didn't hate you though.
You're mad at yourself, right? Because you feel like you let yourself get into that situation, so you take it out on other people.
Right.
I wonder if there's such thing as transmitted addiction, not genetically, but like a behavior that is transmitted unconsciously to your kids, environmental and behavioral basics or conditions. Yeah, it could be. Could be both. It could be a little of both,
Well, and Louie, that's her own personal story, like some people that don't get love from a parent don't become an addict. And some do. You can have the worst childhood ever and not be an addict. It makes you, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like,
having an alcoholic in the household is not a normal childhood. Both of my parents loved me very, very much, but my dad was an addict. So, is that a normal childhood? No. My son had a privileged childhood. His genetics couldn't be helped. I know he didn't hate me. We are very close. Yes, exactly, AJ. 1000%. You do and say things that you don't fucking mean because you're so desperate in the situation. You know what I mean? Yeah, nature versus nurture. It could be both. It could be a little of both.
Yeah. I don't think there's a such thing as a normal childhood, normal life, perfect life. Everybody has trials and tribulations.
Like I needed somebody to say to me, no. Nobody was telling me no. That was my problem. Yes, I think so. This is where your expressions such as family of alcoholics, very bad to say, but I heard people saying, yes, I've heard that before.
See right there, Dawn. She had a bad childhood, but it made her a great mom. Like, because she knew what not to do. You don't have to have a bad life or the best life to become an addict. You just
Him too.
it's your brain. It's your,
fucked up emotionally, not so much physically. I'm not an addict. It's really dependent on the person's situation. I think I think it has a lot to do with genes. I really do.
Mhm.
Because you always hear people saying, I have an addictive personality. I have an addictive personality. Where does that come from?
Right.
Like I think you're born that way.
Right.
Feel guilty sometimes because I feel that I passed down my anxiety to my 2 sons.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It might play a part. And, a lot of addicts are like, I don't know if I want to call it an excuse, but like, I'm an addict because I'm covering up the pain of this. This happened in my life, so I'm an addict. Like, is that an excuse to keep using, or is that really the case? Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, when you use, you feel great. All your worries are gone. Like, that's great.
Yes.
That's a great feeling.
100%.
But is that an excuse to keep using, or is that really? I don't know. People that had perfect childhoods, growing up, whatever, still become addicts. I don't know if that has anything. I don't know. Temporary fix. Yeah. I don't know how to.
Yeah, if the part of the
wanna
brain that doesn't tell you enough is enough. My brain does not have that part when it comes to anything,
Right.
to be honest.
Mhm.
Substance abuse is a way of coping. Yeah, like I think it's definitely a way of coping.
But did you use at first? Were you like, I'm going to use this because it's going to help me cope, or did you use first and realize that it helped you erase everything? Like, what was first?
Definitely the second one, because I didn't even know that it was going to make me feel the way that it made me feel. So
Right. And then we use, and it's like, oh, we want more. That felt great, and more. Other people can use once, and it's good. It's a mix of both. I think the excuse excuses the behavior, and the behavior excuses the use. You're right.
I quit smoking cigarettes in one day, no problem. See, that's how my husband is. He smoked when he's bought cigarettes here and there, but he never gets addicted to anything.
Right, Aaron. Yep.
Excuses the behavior. The excuse excuses the behavior, and the behavior excuses the use.
It's not conscious. You just find something that makes everyday life better. Right?
Yep. It definitely does. And that's the same thing, observation 101 with, you're using. It makes your days, makes you forget, and it makes your days
Right.
better. And you don't even realize that you're addicted to it until you are really addicted to it. Temporary fix leads to long-term shit. I never ever do drugs at all just because I know I'd probably die.
Even with training, I was just too close to the situation. I was desperate to stop it as he was to use. Right, AJ? Yeah, and see, I'll get addicted to one kind of food. Like right now, it's like vitamin water. I have to have like 5 a day. Before it was Mountain Dew. I'll get a fix on one certain thing, and that's what I do.
AJ, you become codependent because you become addicted to helping the addict, right?
Yep.
Because you love them.
Yep.
And you want to help them, but you get tired and worn out because you're so dependent on helping them.
Bon Queen, I don't think any addiction is worse than the other. And I think being addicted to anything is bad. It isn't fun, I guess.
Being addicted to a person, absolutely, I think there is. Sure.
An addict's an addict, whether you're addicted to food or heroin.
Oh my God, I'm so addicted to gummy bears. I probably eat them at least every day, at least once a day.
Really?
Yes, because my father-in-law gets them for me all the time, and I just always have them. Aren't you the one that was in TT's chat, the one she was drooling over? Yes, that's him,
Who?
Mr. Boo.
Oh. Yes, fixated on one thing, yep. Just like the vape juice. I'm on one and that's what I vape.
Mom was an addict, and I never knew it until just a few years ago. Oh, yeah, you can hide it well too, right? And you think you're hiding it really well when you're not.
You lose money in any addiction. Gambling, you're getting a high while you're gambling, but
I spent so much money. Oh my God. If you all knew how much money I spent.
you're so sweet.
I would be owning my own house right now, but I'm not.
Like if you go buy a bundle of heroin or go to the casino and spend $100, it's the same thing. You get high from gambling or you get high from the heroin, and it's a waste of money. Like your money's gone. We should all take a pee test.
Right, Janie, right.
Okay, Louie, you first.
We should all take a pee test. I would totally piss in a cup right now.
Mine's got Suboxone in it. That's it.
Mine has Cheetos in it.
Aw, Dawn. It's nice to find people that you connect with and have stuff in common with. Me and Stephanie connected right ASAP. We're so much alike.
Like our fucking stories.
Yeah.
The same damn thing. Lucky I wasn't killed or got AIDS. Yes. It's so sad, and addiction's such a sad disease, and there's not enough. There's not enough help. There's not enough.
There was a year
go.
when I was with when I was in that abusive relationship. I was in an abusive relationship for like 6 years, but it was like a drug relationship. We did drugs together. That was what our relationship was. But 1 year that I got my income taxes and I had my son, so we got like probably $8,000, $9,000 maybe, and it was gone. We went on a crack binge. Yeah, it was sad. I cried for days afterwards.
But when you're doing it, you don't think about those days afterwards, right? Like you blow through it like nobody's business because you're having fun and you don't have to worry.
Crack is horrible.
And then after you're like, who's going to pay my bills?
Yeah.
I walked over and ripped my son's shirt sleeve off to expose his skin. I knew he was being dishonest. He then avoided me for a few days, so I went for the order. Saved his life.
Yes.
Sure did.
I love intervention.
Me too.
Okay, Bond Queen.
Headed for bed. Good night.
Good night. Thank you. Yes, serenity prayer for sure.
People accidentally OD. Absolutely. I don't think there are people that take things in life, I'm sure, right? But when people OD, they're not trying to OD. Like it's horrible.
How do you detect addiction, as in what, yourself or somebody else?
There's many. It's a codependent relationship.
Are you trying to detect it in somebody else?
I had to do it over. I would change how I handled it. Well, it worked out the way that it worked out, and
right, AJ. Why would you change it if it worked? I think you did good. I think you did what you were supposed to do. Overdose, Bob. Take too many drugs and.
I mean, to be honest, AJ, like Mitchell, I mean, he should have been doing something like that for me. He did know, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't know anything about that stuff, but he couldn't tell me no. And I knew every fucking trick in the book to be like, I'm taking money, I need money for this, that, whatever, and he was killing me. He didn't even realize it.
I'm sure you got upset, AJ, but I'm sure he doesn't hold any of that against you or probably even remembers any of the stuff you said. You saved his life, and I'm sure he's very grateful for that.
Yep. because I know for me, right, like whenever I told Mitchell that I was like shooting up and I was done and I wanted to go to the Suboxone Clinic, like he was so supportive, and I was scared. I was scared to tell him. That's embarrassing. You don't want to tell your husband that when he really has no idea. Like I think he knew I was using, right? But not like that.
When your life becomes unmanageable, Mr. Boot, is when you know that you have a
But
problem.
you cannot function without a certain habit, use addiction, because most of the time I believe people don't realize it because they are in a comfort zone. Right, Mr. Boot. Like for me, I knew I was like, I figured that out, right? Because I was doing things in my life that could get me in trouble or just stupid shit, you know?
Yeah, your life becomes unmanageable.
But him.
That's good, AJ. That's what you
helping
have
me.
to do. That is absolutely what you have to do. You did the right
Him
thing.
helping me. Yeah, embarrassment, right? But him helping me the way that he was hurting me. He didn't realize that at the time though, but I'll never, ever, ever be more grateful for the way that he responded whenever I did talk to him. You know, like he was so like supportive, and he was like, tomorrow we'll go, we'll set up your appointment, like whatever you need, whatever money we have to spend on it, whatever, we're going to do it.
Yep. Kelly, tough love is for sure what you have to do. And if you're paying his cell phone or paying his insurance or paying anything, his grocery bill, you're still supporting that habit, because that's money that he would have to spend on his cell phone bill or food and not on drugs. But you paying for that gives him the money to buy drugs. So you have to cut off all of it and let them hit rock bottom. And
Like the
I'm sure it
closer,
feels horrible. I haven't been in that position, but I couldn't imagine leaving my kid out on the street. But that's what you have to do for them to wake up. And AJ, that you are very strong for that. Absolutely. And you did the right thing, 110%.
absolutely, yes. I was in denial for a long time too, Mimi. I so totally thought my life was under control. My life was all the way out of control. I had no idea. Cocaine is huge with attorneys and young doctors paradox. Well, it is in Canada and the city where I'm from. Sure, yeah, I'm sure it's like that in a lot of places.
That's awesome.
One time I compromised on my hubby was his saving grace. He stopped drinking for the next day, sober 5 years now. Awesome. AJ, yeah.
Sure. I could
not imagine
right.
being in your position. I couldn't imagine.
I'm so glad you did it, and I'm sure you are too, and I'm sure he is.
That's why it's so hard though, right? Because you have those emotions involved in, but you just have to know at the end of the day, you're doing the best thing by them.
Yeah. He's alive today because of how strong you were by doing that. If you would have continued to pay his way, then, you never know what could have happened. And then it's like, you regret, you love too much, like you loved him to death,
Yes, Jamie, that's very true. There's definitely everybody's rock bottom is different.
That's why I said mine was jail, 100%. Yeah, AJ, it's scary. Definitely scary.
And I've known others that've been to jail 100 times, like there's no rock bottom for them. Work for fear they'd show up and tell me he was dead. Yeah, I could.
But you were,
so hard.
you were, supporting his way to death. You know what I mean? So you cutting off all ties. If he went and overdosed, he did it on his own. You had no part in it. You were trying to save his life. I knew it would have probably been like, well, if he was at my house that night, he wouldn't have ended up, overdosing or whatever. So it's hard. I couldn't imagine doing it with my own kid. Like I try to put myself in that position. But
so hard, right?
Right. So you're very, very, very strong and you saved his life.
Death. Absolutely, Kitty. 100%.
I'm so happy that you did and you stuck to it. That's great.
It goes nowhere else. There's no other options. There's no cure. You have to intervene and get recovery.
Good night, MK. Anytime. Absolutely, Penny. Yep. And
if every addict had that, addicts, AJ. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
I was going to say, a lot of parents aren't that strong. They want their kid home at night, or they want to make sure they have food in their belly, so they keep paying their way. And I'm not giving them money, so they're not buying drugs, and I'm not enabling them. But yes, you are. You are. So yeah, if more people were like that, it would be.
Detox, I felt like I was in jail.
I tried to go to detox. They wouldn't take me. He went to jail 4 times, 3 times because of me and his PO. 1 time was bullshit. He hadn't done anything and had been with us. Well, I'm glad he's sober now, AJ. It's amazing.
Yeah, I wish every addict in the world could get that intervention that they need. You know, like, oh, I just wish there was a cure. Like you could just go to the doctor and get a shot in your ass and you're not an addict anymore.
Right. Would be amazing. Big book or the blue book? I got the basic text from NA. I haven't done AA, which has the big book. Right, Lacey?
Kitty, yes. Yes. That's a lot of people don't understand that. They feel like they're selfish and they're just, that they don't care about anybody. But what it is, you're embarrassed and you hate yourself for the situation that you're in. Good night, Aunt Mimi.
Thanks for joining. Your input was very helpful.
And my state parents, family members can get a court-ordered treatment. Oh, wow, that's good.
That's awesome.
Hey, sister.
Hello. Detox with the neg talking. I just left. What? Negs is talking detox?
Detox is with the neg talking. I just left.
Who's that? I don't know who that is.
Negative talk. Oh, detoxing with the negative talking. I just left. She left detox, I think is what she's saying.
I meant when they are adults. Your children, not kids. Many states have adopted a court-ordered treatment. That's awesome. That's good.
Is it something we can tell our kids if we are a recovering addict or former addict? No, I think it's, me personally, I think it's good for them to know when they're old enough, right?
Right.
Because then, you know, they know, I don't know, I think it's good for them to know. It's amazing the things kids know that we don't believe they know. If you're old enough to understand the dialogue, you can always let them know how much you love them and your journey.
Absolutely.
I agree, Kitty.
Yeah, with Aiden, he was 12 turning 13 when I got arrested, and it was like in the paper and on Facebook. So he knew, and you know, when I got out of jail, I had to have that conversation with him. Like, he knew that I was on pain medicine for my back, but he didn't know the extent of it, I guess. So, you know, they respect you more if you tell them your story and your journey, so they don't make the same mistakes, or, you know. Now, my 2 little ones don't know anything, obviously, but, you know, I was kind of forced to tell him my story, you know, and he's here with me, rooting me on, and so, yeah, I think they respect you more if...
And that's a good point Janie had, that you might, they'll know what to stay away from and not to ever experiment with, because they might have the same genetics.
Yep. There's always something to learn through honesty and openness. You're absolutely right. And then they feel that they can come to you with anything too. I always make sure my kids know that don't lie to me, tell me anything and we can work through it. Like, Aiden's very open with me, which is, I love.
Exactly, Janie, yes.
You know, he's 14 now, and kids are smoking weed and, you know, doing crazy things. And like, he even knows what heroin is, not from me, but like from school. And I didn't, at 14, all I knew was probably weed, maybe, if that.
Right.
It's so different nowadays, though. Like, heroin's in the schools and prescription pills, and it's scary.
Oh, wow.
You got to always make sure you talk to your kids, especially high school kids, middle school even. So him knowing that I went through what I went through, I think he's more apt to come to me with anything like that. I would hope. Thanks, Penny. The first 3 years were a blur. It's been 8 years. My family never goes a day without saying I love you. What happened? I must have happened.
About medical predisposition like heart disease and addiction should be no different. Exactly, Jamie. Yeah, I agree with that.
What happened on? Oh, wait. I have a child who was hit by a car, spent a year in the hospital. We all made it through. People would tell me I was stronger than they could. Oh, yeah, I heard your story. Yes. I'm so glad she's alive. It is. Your life's over in a blink of an eye. You never know. Your life changes in a blink of an eye.
Yes.
Right, Janie? Absolutely.
And on Facebook, my mom was mortified.
Yep. I don't know. Should they post it all over Facebook? Like the police station here, as soon as you get arrested, it's posted on their website and it goes on Facebook. I was like, I don't think that's right because people with older kids see that, and then their friends' parents see it. But
Yep, but they see all that anyways, though.
right,
Really,
right. Was I just
Like,
mad
yeah,
because
like-
it was my picture plastered all over?
yeah, you're embarrassed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Already know.
Right.
We know that. You don't want anybody to see your mugshot, right? But
Right.
yeah. People actually
Right.
feel rock bottom,
And then other people that think that addiction isn't around here or whatever, like, look, talk to your kids.
Okay, do you believe in forced drug or any other addiction rehabilitation? They do it in China and the results seem to be promising, but it's another culture and mentality, right? I don't know. I've never went to a rehab. I don't think it could be a bad thing. I don't know how do they force them they can't sign themselves out. They have to stay there.
Good night, Bob. Thanks for joining.
Night, Bob.
The police station posted it on their Facebook, and everybody follows the police station Facebook page. So that's how it ends up there. And I was on the front page of the paper and on the news because I got picked up with. They weren't like big time heroin dealers. They sold heroin to support their habit, just like I sold pills to support my habit. But because I got picked up with those two people, and heroin was like the big topic of the year, I got put in with them. And I mean, whatever. It is what it is. But it got me sober.
Mm-hmm. On the treatment plan here now, it's working. So how does that work, AJ?
Observation. I think me and Amber are gonna do something like that. Once a week on her channel, once a week on mine, something like that.
That would be it.
If Amber wants to. If Amber doesn't, I'll do it on mine. But I know she's gonna do some addiction stream, right? I just don't know what way.
A visit all, a court order by the judge or signed permission by the parents. I think that's a great idea. That's like that. I think that's a better option than just going to jail because you're not getting any. Right. So if they are forcing you to go there and offering you recovery and you're doing actual things to work towards your sobriety, I think that would be a great idea. And better use of our resources.
Yes.
Different cultures so it works. Yes, they are not individual thinking country like we are. They feel remorse and shame for bringing shame on their family. They have that here. I don't think they do. I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either.
I mean, they have drug court, but that's completely different.
Right. And drug court's tough, but I'm glad they have it because I don't know. You know, if you have to go to 4 meetings a week. There's 3 phases. The first phase, you do the 4 meetings a week. You have to go to court every Monday, and every day you have to call. And if it's your color, you go on in peace. You never know when it's going to be your color. So, you know, you stay sober because you don't want to piss dirty. The second phase, after 4 months, you go into phase 2. You go to court bi-weekly. You still have to do your 4 meetings a week and still have to call every day. And you have curfew both first and second phase. Your third phase, you don't have no curfew. You have to go to court once a month. You still have to do your 4 meetings and you still have to call every day. So it's strict. And if you fail a piss test, you go to jail for the week, or you have to read, like you have to write like this big essay and read it in front of the whole court. That's like a punishment too. But that's the first punishment's jail for a week. And if you mess up more than 3 times, they kick you out of the program. So it's strict, and I think it's good and it's helpful. They force you to go to those meetings. Like you have to sign papers. You have to bring in papers. So
I think that sounds like a great idea, what they're talking about. I've never heard of it before, but I think it should be.
yeah.
I mean, I don't see how it could be a bad thing, you know? It's forcing you to do, it may be a rock bottom for you because you can't get out and use. There's also problems. So that's awesome, AJ.
Yes.
I hope it works for sure.
I have a book and a workbook for NA if anyone needs it. I have the NA book. I don't have a workbook.
I could totally use it. I don't have anything.
Yes,
If you don't.
Stephanie.
More collectively, the entire society would benefit. Definitely another mentality. Death is penalty for drug trafficking. Done on the ongoing recovery rate for forced recovery, because the theory is you have to hit a bottom. Has been shown to work for some, but not all here.
What, Aaron? See, I did that all voluntary at Amanda and Prep. What does that mean?
But I feel like that would be a rock bottom for some people, you know, because then you wouldn't want to have to do that all over again. Because drug court works for people. I've seen it work. Because you don't want to go to jail. Like the goal is you don't want to go to jail. So you're going to do the things that you need to do not to go to jail. I mean, it doesn't work for everybody. I've seen people.
Oh, you became sober. Yeah, Stephanie for sure would benefit great from that.
Do you follow me on Twitter?
That's great that you did it voluntary. That's awesome. Yes, jail does suck, and they don't do anything for you in there. Nothing. I mean, I was only in there, 4 days, 3.5 days. But
yeah, they're not. But they're not. It's literally a waste of our resources.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think there's some good places. There are good prisons that. Not good prisons, but you know what I mean? Prisons that are using the resources to rehabilitate people for society. But 90% of the time, it's not like that.
I also think the shot they receive is important. What do you mean the shot? Is he on the shot? The visceral? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, the first time I was there for 9 hours, and that was 9 hours too many.
Absolutely, jails.
I wanted out of that fucking place so bad. I sat right by the door that you get to walk out and didn't move. I'm like, is he coming? Is he coming? I'm like, yes, he's coming. Fuck, like he's gonna be here because he had to go to it. He went to a different county to the Bills Bonds and fucking took forever because I had FTA, so I got, you know what I mean, on an unsecured bond. So they were like, well, you know, if he's not here soon, you're going to have to go back. And I was just like, fuck, come on. Don't
Yeah, the
make me
Visceral
go.
shot. That's what they were trying to get me on at first, but
What
you
is
have to be clean and sober for like 14 days or 10 days before you can get it. And I couldn't go that long without them sending me to inpatient. And I didn't want to go to inpatient. So they finally
It's the
put me on
shot.
Suboxone. But I heard the Visceral shot was good. It works and it's one time a month.
Blocks you from, it works like
Yeah, it's supposed to
Suboxone?
eliminate cravings and you can't go get high on it.
Suboxone, but
Right,
once a month.
right.
Like you take it once a month.
But no high, no
Gives
nothing.
gives us-
Right.
Oh, why don't they do that more? Why do you have to be clean for a certain amount of time?
I don't, probably because it can make you really sick if you're not.
Oh, okay. I got you. Because it would put you into like horrible
Right.
withdrawals probably too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
See, I didn't even know that was a thing.
yeah.
You all are teaching me things.
And that's what they push for here. Like in drug court, they push for the Visceral shot. They don't want you on Suboxone. But I couldn't go to inpatient because I had the kids and stuff. So I had to like beg for the Suboxone.
Because some people sell it, that's why.
Right. And this way you don't have nothing in your possession. You go to the pharmacy,
Right.
they give you the shot, or you go to the wherever and get the shot, and that's it.
But it just controls.
Right.
It does not eliminate.
Yeah. But you can't go out and get high.
It controls.
It controls your cravings, like, but it doesn't eliminate your cravings. But you know that you can't go out and use and get high. It make you really, really sick.
Okay, so it doesn't work as well as Suboxone. Because like Suboxone, I had no cravings really.
Yeah, I don't really have cravings either. But I don't know about the Visceral. I've never been on it. But I just know that I don't think I get the cravings because I know that I can't use anyways. I don't know if that's the reason or not. But you can't on the shot either. You can get really sick. Like end up in the hospital sick. That's what I've heard anyways.
Oh, Donna, can I imagine losing a child? Yeah. Oh.
Damn, Aaron, that sucks.
So, I was going to ask something about Suboxone and the shot. Oh, no, Aaron, is there a way, different forms of Suboxone, is there not one form that your insurance will cover? 'Cause that sucks. It's like $400 a month.
Also, there's no withdrawal or anything from the shot. You can just end the shot and be done. It's a Visceral. It's called Visceral. It's just like an opiate blocker. You should ask about that, Aaron. But you have to be clean of everything for like 10 or 14 days. I can't remember. But yeah, ask your doctor about different brands.
Yeah, because I was on Subzol, mine covered.
Right, Gina?
But what I'm saying is, can you ask your doctor to change it to something that is covered?
They also have Bufferin patches.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
It doesn't have the naloxone in it. It's just a Bufferin or Bufenephrine or whatever it's called. And it's a patch.
Use methadone in the U.S. Yes, there's methadone.
Mm-hmm.
And you can take it for a maintenance drug or you can take it for pain. No, that sucks, Aaron. I hate that.
Right, AJ, yeah. But I think it's great that there's no withdrawal or nothing.
Wait, they have continuous mental health even after stopping the shot. That's good.
Right, Subutex doesn't have naloxone in it, right? And I believe the shot is just straight naloxone. I don't know, but it's just.
I had to go like every month to every week is what I was going to a damn mental health meeting. It was kind of like a meeting, like a NA meeting, but not at all. And I hated it. So that's one of the other reasons I just weaned myself off, because I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
That's good, Aaron. Eventually, the visits are also weaned. My son did detox at a hospital facility. It was all planned. Is he still on the shot, AJ, or he's done with the shot and he's done with counseling? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think he's finished.
Do you see observations question? No, I didn't.
Can we do this once a week? Yeah, she said that she's
Yes.
going to observation 101.
Yes.
You know what's funny? I really think the environment plays 80% of the addiction. In Morocco, they smoke hashish in Kedema region, like cigarettes, and they all function like we do, hard work and all. But if the women dares touch, it is real bad. Culture really can affect.
Huh.
No, he only had the shot for about 6 months.
Oh,
And
that's
he
good.
had no after effect, like whenever they stop doing it, there's no withdrawal or anything. That's crazy. I don't know why they don't do that more often, I wonder. Maybe it's expensive.
I think it's because you have to be clean for so long.
Oh, yeah. And
So
that's,
maybe after you get out of jail or rehab, they give it to you. But like people
yeah,
just off
because
the
you're gonna have to go through the
streets.
withdrawal, you know,
Right.
like that's the hard part. None. See, that's crazy. Because you do have withdrawal from everything else. Yes, yes, they do, Janie, for sure.
Before her accident, I never thought about suicide, but while she was in ICU, we were unsure she would survive. I would if she did not make it. You probably thought that way for sure, but yeah, I couldn't imagine. And I'm so glad she made it done.
He started shot after detox. Okay. So they did detox and then, so do they give them like medications in detox, like clonidine and things to help with the withdrawal? Because I've never been in detox either.
Oh, darn. I couldn't imagine.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. You do
Yes.
feel hopeless sometimes, though. You know, like when you're in active addiction, you feel hopeless. You feel like there's no way out of it.
He had meds and detox was manageable, he said. That's good. What day do you think's like a good day to do this? I just want to say that I am not an addict, but I love this chat because it gives me hope after losing my brothers. I have to come in here to remind myself that there is hope for others still. Yes, Janie, there is. We do recover.
It breaks my heart anytime that somebody loses someone to addiction.
Recovery is possible.
Yes. But you don't feel like that.
Right.
You know, like you don't. You feel like there's no hope sometimes. A lot of times, like most of the time when you're an addict, you feel like there's no hope. Like you're never, it's a
Hopeless.
mountain. It feels like a fucking, the tallest mountain in the world, and you got to get to the other side of it all by yourself. Yes,
You feel
there is.
hopeless and defeated. And
1,000%
you think that
there is.
there's no reason to become sober because you've done so much damage in the world and to all your family and friends, but there's hope and there's recovery. There's a way out and there's hope. Absolutely, AJ.
Talking to other people that are in your position. You know, like for me, whenever I first started Suboxone and whatnot, like I would go and watch YouTube videos of other people and see like what they were going through and stuff. Like it's so good to relate to people that have been there, because then you don't feel like you're all alone. You don't feel like you're hopeless.
Absolutely. And when I started live streaming, like I would have never imagined connecting with people so fast, and it was so helpful because I couldn't share at the meetings, like I said. So, and I told my story on here for the first time, and it was just like connected with so many people. So many people had a story like mine or similar situations or whatever.
Absolutely.
And it helps so much.
Janie, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. It breaks my heart for you.
Yeah, I had a drinking problem in my 20s too. Drank all night, slept all day, especially right after graduating high school. It was party time.
I've never been much of a drinker.
They'll be gone, Aaron. I got quite a few mods. Don't worry about it. Don't let them bug you. Don't nothing at all. Don't be ashamed of anything you have to share, and we'll take care of any trolls that come in or anybody that has anything negative to say. Which,
Amanda's been talking about this on her channel since she started.
right.
So it's not like.
And we haven't had any problems at all.
No.
Even tonight, like I haven't seen anything. That one person, but he said sorry and he's been okay since. Hey, ST.
Oh, there she went. She'll be back. Aaron, I can't remember what they gave him. It's been several years. He is fortunate for the detox part because of health insurance. Yes, it's probably money plays a big role in it. You know, when you're an addict, you don't have extra money. If you do, you spend it already. So it's hard to get into a detox, I'm sure.
I partied 14 to 22 and then had kids. Yep, I had my first son at 22. Yep, I turned 21 while I was pregnant.
I think once people understand that real people are in here overcoming real problems, they lose their fuel to troll.
Right. I have never had any issues. I never got any hate afterwards. Nothing. So you're all right, Aaron. We won't let anybody hate on you.
And I mean, it just says more about if anybody had something negative to say, it just says more about them, right?
Absolutely.
Like, don't let it bother you, what they're saying. That just means that they're a sad soul themselves, you know? Don't let what people say get to you.
And there's a lot of people that you can relate to. A lot of people have been there, been in. Everyone has their skeletons, absolutely. And we're just ones that like to share about ours and talk about it and support each other.
If I can help one addict somehow get better and not die or end up in jail, I'll talk about it from here till the end of time.
Yep. Absolutely. And Aaron, just think anything you share and talk about could help somebody.
Yep.
Oh, thanks, Penny.
Insightful, mature, young. Thank you. You're being impressed with yourself. Thank you, Penny. I appreciate that. To be honest, I think a lot of the way that I am now comes from what I've been through and my life experiences. Have they been good? No, but they've helped me become a better person.
Right. Yep.
Others from what I've been through, if I can. Absolutely, Janie. Even if it's one person.
Jen, you're absolutely right.
When I found YouTube, I had already been clean for a long time, but it still just helped me so much. I wasn't alone, and it wasn't just me. You know, like I don't know how to describe it, but it just gives you that sense of belonging that you don't find going out and like that easy.
Yep, I was in a dark place when I started live streaming, and I was just like, hell, I'm gonna try it out, and I did. And I'd already been talking to a few people on like their streams and stuff. And I went live with Bless once, and I was in a bad place, and I didn't talk to anybody. I'm a hermit. I stay in my house. I have Greg and my kids. That's it. I don't talk to anybody outside other than the people I was talking to at NA, but I only talked to them at NA. I didn't talk to them outside of NA. So to get on here and just get friends, you know, and people that you can talk to and relate to, it helped. I've done a whole like 180 just in the past 2 months that I've been on here. I think.
No one is ever alone.
Right,
yes. There's always someone that's in your position or can relate to you. And
yeah, who is it, Mr.
knowing that.
Is somebody in here bothering you?
ST, leave Mr. Boot alone.
Thanks, Jen. I think we have a pretty nice people that are around.
Yes,
I know
definitely.
quite a few of them help me 100%.
And it helps us too, right? Being able
Mhm.
to talk and to help people, it helps us.
Thanks, Paula. I'm glad that you said that. I feel better. You know, I did start medicine too, but besides that, I don't know. And if it wasn't for you guys, like, you know, talking me through it and suggesting stuff, and I probably wouldn't have started the medicine. I've denied it for so long that, but
Janie, that's so awesome. That's so good to hear. Like, if one thing that's said
right.
on YouTube can help one person out there, is totally worth it.
Okay, ST, enough.
Bye.
Hey, Kim. You can remember my first live stream? Yeah, I remember being just depressed, like in a dark place. Just needed people to talk to.
And it's good we have this tool that we wouldn't
Mhm.
have had years ago. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Even if you're depressed and can't leave your house, you can still talk to people and find people to relate to. I'm a mom with a busy schedule too. I have nothing friend. I
Right.
love having friends on here. Exactly, Erin.
And the same here. Like, I seriously don't
Who
talk
cares
to
if
nobody
he's a
else but on
doctor?
here.
if he is a doctor, good on him. Sheesh.
Right. What's bad about a doctor?
That's very reprimandable. Like, shut up. I just felt like the entire world was full
That's
of
awesome.
people who would never understand. And now I know I'm not alone and I can go out again. Oh, it's gonna make me cry. That makes me so freaking happy.
Mm-hmm. Come to my clinic boot. Oh, wow, Jen.
Come to my clinic boot. That's funny.
I can't stand that garbage.
Freaking fucking bug in here.
Yeah, isolating is not good, Kim. You need to get out and talk to people, and even out of your house, like on here, like you are right now.
Yep.
That's
You're
good.
doing more than you were doing before.
Yep.
You know, that's a good thing.
And go 5 minutes outside, walk around the block, like inch by inch. Like, I'm the same way. I isolated for a long time in the corner of my basement, sniffing pills and smoking cigarettes. And even sober now, like I still don't go out and do things. I used to go to like bingo and, you know, go to a friend's house. I don't do anything. But I don't think I'm isolated. I talk to people and, you know, I get on here and stuff. So I don't know if you'd call that isolating. I just like to be home. I'm a homebody.
Thank you, Paula.
But yes, try not to isolate. Try to get out and talk to people, or talk to people. I keep saying get out and talk to people, but even not stay
I'm
home and
sorry.
talk to people.
I'm so sorry, Paula, that you had to go through that. Oh, okay, Mr. Boot.
Dawn, that's so good.
So unfortunate. That's why we need to talk about it. You know, that's why it's good to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we might not be reaching that many people, but we're reaching people. And if they understand more, then they can help, and maybe it can make a difference.
Right. Yeah, there could still be people in active addiction that, you know, listen to or read one of your guys' stories or your strength and experience. Strength and hope is what we call it. And somebody could go get help. You know, you never know. You can't be ashamed to share your story or your problems or anything like that. Baby steps, yep. I was told to go walk around the block once, and then the next day go around twice, and then the next day go to the store, and, you know, inch by inch. But
yeah, because you don't want to do too much at once, because then it's just going to overwhelm you, and you're not going to get anywhere, you know?
right. Yep. The more we talk, the more we reach others. Absolutely.
Definitely, Kim.
Yes, AJ. Yep.
Oh, absolutely not. Nope. I definitely thought I was better than addiction. I thought I could never be an addict. But guess what? I was all along and didn't even know it yet.
Right. You always have those people around here, like the Richie section of town. Like, I'm glad I don't live, there. There's no addicts around me. Well, you're wrong, because doctors and everything
There's addicts
up there
everywhere.
where you live are addicts. It does not discriminate. Oh, Kim.
Ugh.
Yeah, addiction is not a fun thing. Not easy to beat either, but it is possible.
It is definitely
Just
possible.
reach out. Me and Stephanie are both here. I do, Kelly. Yes, I do.
Always.
Yep. And I was forced to go to meetings, and it helped a little bit. I never talked and shared, but it still helped the anxiety a little bit. But I don't have the agoraphobia, but I do have social anxiety.
Yeah,
And
I
only
definitely
and like big crowds. Like our meetings were like 25 to 50 people, and usually, 40 at the most, like most of the time. I don't like big crowds of people. I don't like feeling like people are staring at me. I can go to Walmart and stuff like that. I'm okay. But
exactly, Paula. I'm a registered nurse. And I thought I was better than addiction, but no, I was not. I was an addict for many, many, many years.
right, Jen. Yeah. Hey, Amanda.
Hello, Amanda. Yes, it has, Kim.
Absolutely. To me, 110%.
Yes.
And there's drama and crazy stuff, and it keeps you busy, I guess.
Yeah.
But then and then we have streams like this, or playing games, whatever. Just talking to people, socializing is a big help.
I mean, I've met amazing people
Mm-hmm.
through social media.
Me too.
When I operated my knee after soccer injury, doctor prescribed painkillers. I threw them. Couldn't believe it. I was like, for 2 weeks. No kidding. Oh, yeah. I have a lawyer friend that was disbarred because of addiction. Yep. And here's the thing. You don't think about the consequences at the time. You don't. I'm telling you, I know. I've been there. You think that you're never gonna get in trouble, or you think, I don't know. You definitely don't fuck your life up on purpose.
And I think everybody has been or affected or knows somebody in addiction or something.
Yep. I think Amanda might have just got kicked. I know she muted. Social anxiety in person, I have it talking on the phone. Weird, huh? No, it's not weird. But I understand that. Really fucked up because they all do it recreationally. I have a psychiatrist friend who had his license revoked for Adderall addiction. It hits all levels of society. Absolutely, it does. Oh, wow. Lacey said, I will not answer a phone call. I have so many friends that are addicts and alcoholics in recovery from my career in the fire department. A lot of them just wanted to numb pain. Yep. A lot of nurses, too, are addicts because you try not to get emotionally involved, but you do, It does. Things like that do play a part in it for sure. Thank you, Amanda.
Oh, thank you. I heard acupuncture helped too. My aunt hurt her sciatic nerve, and she had she couldn't like walk, and she was really, really hurt from it. And she had acupuncture, and it helped.
The helping careers are ripe for addiction. Yes, Janie, I know so many people in helping careers that are addicts. Yes, definitely.
Yep.
Video of the 2 cashier passing out in front of clients. Was that painkillers? I didn't see that, Mr. Boot.
Hold on.
I don't answer the phone unless it's like a third call and my mom. I have surgery scheduled and do not plan on taking any after release from hospital. Oh, good luck with that.
You can do it. I got lots of other things that can help.
They were literally sleeping, standing up. Was sad to see. Probably heroin. Yeah. Because heroin's like painkillers, but just like way stronger. And it makes you nod off like that.
Yeah.
Night, Kim. I don't answer the phone unless I'm like, yeah. Got so excited after I had my daughter before. I was like, what's up? Party's here.
Good night, Kim.
I have an early appointment and can't sleep. Oh,
Lacey, right? Yeah, I used to love going to like the bar and big crowds. The bar wasn't packed. I didn't want to be there.
I've never been like that. Never.
I don't know, like what changed. I have no idea.
I think when you do have kids, it does change sometimes. Because I don't know, I do think that like some, I don't know, maybe you don't produce the same chemicals in your brain and stuff.
I am very shy too. I have to get my husband off to work in 3 hours. I gotta go take a nap. Good night, Aaron. Thank you. And we'll do this again for sure. I think we'll make it a weekly thing.
She said I didn't know what time it was. Oh.
I never was into the bar scene. Occasionally I would go, but it wasn't appealing. I used to go every other weekend. I had every other weekend off. Would go Friday and Saturday. Yeah, but it's the same scene. Like I stopped going, and then a couple years later, I went out again, and it was the same scene. I was like, I don't want to be here. It's the same slutty girls, and it was just
Right.
It wasn't fun anymore. So, and I'm not a big drinker. I used to be like in my 20s and stuff, but not anymore. I don't even remember the last time I drank, and it was longer than when I've been sober from pills for 16 months, but longer for alcohol. I can't remember the last time I drank.
Night, Amanda.
Good night. Thanks for stopping in.
AJ, you're gonna be so tired.
I'm an instant gratification kind of person. If I want to get fucked up, I want to get fucked up right now. I don't want to drink and drink and drink and drink. So like when I drank tequila because 3 shots and you'd be drunk, but I'd be like blackout drunk, I don't know. And then
I always drank tequila too.
Recovery was like a week. Get older, the longer your hangover lasts longer.
Hell yeah. Fucking, that's a hangover and a half, right? Like whenever you're younger, you can drink and not even drink again when you wake up the next day.
Yep.
Not anymore.
Yeah, so I don't like drinking.
Through medication, which don't help. I needed to talk to someone, but it's such a rut. And it's hard to it's hard to get help with things that are like social anxiety and stuff, because the social anxiety stops you from getting help,
Oh, wow, I see. And, this past year that I was in drug court that I wasn't allowed to drink, I wasn't allowed to do anything, but drinking was the only thing that I thought of that I wanted to do. Like, it was like, man, I could use a beer right now. And I was not like that before drug court. Like, I could care less about alcohol. But, I mean, I don't want to now. I don't know. It's just something to get fucked up on. I don't know. But I did think about drinking quite often.
Well, you want what you can't have, and when you can have it, then you can, so it's not.
Right.
The pill is not as good.
Right, Paula. Tequila equals bad choices. Absolutely. And yeah, Stephanie, you're right. You're right.
Night, Penny.
Good night. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get off here in a few minutes too. Before I end
Yeah,
up
I'm
snoring.
I need to do the dishes before I go to bed. I didn't do them yet.
But yeah, like, what do you think's a good night, Stephanie? Because I want you to join with me.
Ooh, any night's a good night for me. After 8 p.m., anytime.
All right.
I'm good to go.
It's tonight, Monday night.
I'm usually home and the kids are in bed by that time, so.
All right. So why don't we do? We can do Monday nights. You want to keep it Monday nights?
Sounds good to me.
'Cause Greg's usually at work, and we won't have to hear him snore. He was off tonight because of his tooth, but.
Christmas tree down. I do love a Christmas tree, and because I'm lazy.
Oh, yeah, I took mine down a couple days ago. Are you guys good with Monday? Like, you guys think you want to join Mondays? And then hopefully Amber will do, a night too, and Stephanie. We can have a couple nights a week or something.
That is probably good. Most people stay home and the weekend drama shows on. Yes, that's very true.
And we can figure out too if we can do like a generic meeting, not call it like an NA meeting or whatever,
Yeah.
but still go over the steps or whatever. Thanks,
Good
Jen.
night,
Thanks for
Jen.
joining. Yes, Lacey, I did too, and it does help to talk. Like it really does.
It helps me a ton.
I never ever drank. First time I ever drank it was 18, 3 vodkas and a Coke. I walked outside and smacked the shit out of me. Oh yeah, you got drunk. Yeah, we used to drink vodka and orange juice. I can't drink it to this day. We used to drink so much of it, and the cheap vodka, Golden Palace.
Well, he
Disgusting.
said it's an insult in Montreal. You're a fucking Monday. Guess why?
What?
Why? I want to know why.
It's an insult here in Montreal.
Because
You
Mondays
a
are
fucking-
bad. Because everybody was like, I hate Mondays. Oh, tomorrow's Monday. Is that why? I did too, Janie.
Yes, nobody
likes Mondays. Yeah.
That's good. I'm gonna start saying
All right,
you are a
guys.
fucking Monday.
I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go do some dishes. I love you guys. I had so much fun. I'm gonna put my Twitter in here one more time, just in case somebody
And everyone
needs
sub
it.
to Steph too if you're not. Subscribe to Steph.
Hit me up anytime on Twitter. I answer all my DMs. I'm always available.
I'll put mine in too.
And I will talk to you guys later.
All right, thank you,
Night,
Stephanie.
Amanda.
Love
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Here's my Twitter, guys. DM me anytime. Please sub Steph too. She has good live streams. And thank you all for joining. Like I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys did too, and had heard some helpful stuff. And yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Have a good night. So we'll do Monday nights. So Monday nights, 9 p.m. All right. Good night, guys.